multiverse background.
There's a space one.
I got a good one too.
Cyber City, perfect.
Okay, hold
there
on.
we go.
I got a pretty good one.
Oh, God damn it.
Let's leave this kitchen.
Get back in the kitchen, Brad. It's your new life.
Never.
It's your new life, Bradley.
I'm split. Okay, that's gross.
What are those things? Magic Mushroom Land, yeah.
What's the deal now? We can't play music? Like that's effectively dead. So do we have to like socialize a playlist? Like, hey everyone, go listen to this playlist.
I mean, I have Sirenscape.
Yeah, Siren.
I'll be right. I got. Well, you guys can hear me, but I gotta stop because we're getting.
Is this a lame background? I don't even know. Is there a cooler one? Oh, maybe the hacker den?
You can add a custom background too, by the way, just to let you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I gotta look for it. I ain't got time for that.
That's fair as well. I just
Here we
figured
go.
I'd mention it.
Oh, that's if you have Nitro, though. I don't have Nitro.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, man.
That sounds like a not my problem, Brad. Love you, but not my problem.
We'll just use this one for now. Why not? Who gives a shit? Can I say shit? Is that allowed? What's the rating of this stream?
That's fairly common these days. Like, that's even in PG movies, I bet.
Oh.
I'm putting on a background so you can't see how like messy my
Testing your places.
my basement is. Ain't nobody want to see my sump pump.
I might. You don't know.
I like the hacker den background. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It is good.
It feels apt.
But now I feel like I'm lame because I'm copying you.
Do you want me to change mine so you feel more comfortable?
No, not at all.
Everyone is in the hacker den background now. It's official.
There you go. There you go. Everyone just use the same one, and then we're all Spartacus.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna set up.
Oh dang, your background.
Me and the boys.
Me and the boys. Yep.
That is something. That is just. What are you doing?
I'm moving my green screen so it stops picking up.
It looks like you were twerking nipples. I'm sorry.
What?
Like
what? You mean tweaking nipples? You don't.
No, you were twerking
a
them.
Dance.
Isn't everyone doing that out of frame?
He's just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just.
He's just straight twerking the nips. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know it, dog. Twerking.
It's where my creative juices come from.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, the creative juice.
You haven't lived until you've had your nipples stimulated by another person's buttocks.
Turbulent juice.
I left you guys for literally like 10 seconds, and it got so
stream's off. Your stream's off. I can say whatever I want.
Like I was trying, like literally like 10 seconds, and then, ow, just
don't worry about it, bro. You're fine.
Clearly, you're the calming, regulating influence on the group.
Yeah, you're the one that keeps us normal.
That's not true. I wish it was true. It's not. There we go. All right. No, you have to open everything in the right order for the webcams not to freak out.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously need more hair, since the background replacement thing doesn't draw the space between my head and my headset.
That's pretty good, though. I like it. So how's everybody doing? How's the streams been going?
Good. I didn't die.
I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see you're not dead.
Wow, what is wrong with you?
I was more worried about Mark when it happened. Rob was fairly chill.
Dude, it was the hiccups, man, and I'm gonna stick by that. It was the hiccups.
No, you can't prove it though. You left. Everyone watching just watched you walk
because
away.
hang on a second while I hold my nose and have a microphone right in my face while I try to chug water to get the hiccups to stop. That wasn't gonna happen, dude.
I don't know why Puff does that every year to himself. Like, why?
Wait, who does that to themselves?
Our friend.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Robbie, do you have an AI Chad filter on?
Yeah. The eyes? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like something seems off about his face. It was giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh,
If you put your hand, like the eyes will show up on the other side of your hand. It's good time.
What?
What? No, I need to
don't
see
make
this
this much
now.
eye contact ever. No, yeah, I don't.
I need to see this. I need you to put your hand over your eyes. So
I mean, it's real fast. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Your eyes like
Yeah, that's crazy.
they lagged.
He's not real.
All right, are we starting this stream or what? What are we doing, friends?
Well, my stream's already started.
Yeah,
I don't
same
know if
here.
Rob's is.
Well, I sent a bunch of people to your
started.
stream, Robbie, and I don't think it's up.
Well, that's up now. I had to get cams up.
Listen, I met a lot of people at a show yesterday, and I said, "Listen, I'm doing something fun tomorrow." And then I proceeded to talk to them about Dungeons and Dragons.
As you do. You do post-show talk, right? Like that's
Yeah. That's all I ever do is talk to people about Dungeons and Dragons after a show.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite pastime.
That's right. This is why I have no friends, by the way.
not no.
What?
Friends.
We're here. We're
mostly
here.
internet friend.
Yeah, mostly. This is why real people don't want to be seen with me.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So cool in high school.
We're ready. We can get off to the races.
How should we introduce this? How do you guys want to kick this off?
Yeah,
not it.
What I'm picturing is last time on the Perfect Purchase, and then it's just like a bunch of scenes of things that never happened and no one remembers them happening.
Yeah.
There's just like little Kenku birds like at a Mexican standoff shooting at each other, and yeah.
It's like a halfling trying to crack a safe, and he's like sweating, but there's like a drow like yelling at him like, "Hurry up, you son of a bitch! We don't have time!"
Yep. There's a bomb defusal scene where that's like, which wire are you gonna clip? Yeah.
Marley's still with that family.
The only canonical scene in the entire montage is my character coming out of a black hole and like falling into the store. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Who's this guy?"
Hey, that's the way I show up
fork.
too.
There is no fork.
Yeah.
We don't want to get sued here.
A bunch of legally safe, sci-fi and fantasy references. Which is what we're going to be doing here.
So I'll put my phaser away and my sonic screwdriver away, and I guess I'll take my badge off.
Thank God no one remembers Space Above and Beyond. We're safe with all the references I'm gonna make.
Oh my goodness. I do not know this reference, so great. 1995 American television series, cool. But yes, hey, welcome to our ridiculous one shot. As we have done the last few times, it will be rules light, hopefully comedy heavy, and we'll see what happens. This one I have, maybe I bit off more than I can chew here, and I have some plans in the works. We'll see what happens. But it'll be hilarious regardless, I think, or end in failure, which that's fine. If that's the case, then it's been a pleasure for this my final session as the DM of this one shot. So
you're not escaping.
No, of course not. So we return once again to the world of the Perfect Purchase, a fantasy retail environment where each of you work. Newly reorganized as we have been every single session. Once again, under new management, the Perfect Purchase has been rebranded as Purchase Corp. It was bought by like a celebrity CEO for an extremely high amount of money, and no clear way to know like how he's going to make money. So we'll see what happens. Mirroring some real life events there.
We
But
got Bane capitaled.
exactly. So I think what we'll do is hop in and have everyone sort of introduce your character and sort of give a what would you be doing in your low level retail job? What would an average day be like for you? So let's start with I guess to my right it would be Robbie. You can go ahead and start.
All right. I am playing Granite, a Earth Genasi janitor. That he's like a dollar store Gaara from Naruto, where he can move dust, and yeah, he's just really slow, and he's the janitor that dusts the whole place. Which he's probably making dust being an Earth Genasi, so it's just a feedback loop of him dusting.
So you're doing your job pretty well, but in your wake is like a cloud of
Yeah, like
more
little
dust.
Pigpen from the Peanuts.
Yeah, from Charlie Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay. What is the other than the dirt and dust? What is your what's sort of an average appearance and what is Granite typically looking like going to a day at the office or a day at the store?
So instead of the gourd on his back, he has like a giant trash can. Like
Okay,
yeah, and then
I like that.
And just like a janitor outfit, but it's really dusty and dirty because Urchinasi and
Yeah.
Is like the trash
Okay.
can on his back like the fantasy version of a vacuum? Like they haven't figured it out yet, and he's just like.
I mean, I made him a swarm ranger, so his swarm's the dust, so we can like move it into the trash can.
Oh,
Nice.
interesting.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's not just a cleaning thing. Like you have a deeper relationship with the dirt itself, partially formed from it. Does it
One
speak to
with
you in
it,
some strange way? Yeah.
it's all connected. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. I love that. That's perfect. Let's go. Who's next? Just shout them out. Somebody jump in next.
Brad.
Oh gosh, you suck. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Hippo. I am a time-traveling space hippo that loves to eat snacks, not branded. And, you know, apparently I have the tendency to drop in on people, literally and figuratively. I've been known to squash a creature or two in other universes, including
Okay, like
Logan
a portal
Paw.
mishap. Okay.
I don't know. Like in
that.
our other campaign, he just gets snack. He's like, I'm opening a portal and grabbing snacks, and I was like,
Oh yes, I have a directory to all snacks in the multiverse. You name it, I can grab it.
Amazing. I'm gonna write that down. That may be useful later. Yeah, I think probably you're not here as a entry level employee, but more of a consulting role. As the store itself has been looking to branch out into some multiverse, interplanar, time travel, interdimensional, whatever.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's perfect. So I think maybe you would end up working in the multiverse travel division. So
Do I
that's
get a
good.
gun?
We'll be there shortly. I mean, everyone's a gun.
Oh, okay,
You
cool.
gotta have a gun.
Sign me up.
That's rule number 0. If you're gonna be traveling around, you gotta have some kind of a space gun, right?
I have my non-branded laser.
A laser.
Laser.
Yeah. It's a dangerous universe out there, so you gotta be well prepared. Okay. Awesome. So Dr. Hippo. Who's next?
I wrote King Hippo. I've been Dr. Hippo. All right.
I mean, I guess I'll go. I will be playing Lenya. He's a bugbear, about 6.5 feet tall. He's got like this big mane of hair that's like kind of like goes down into his beard. So his head in general, like his hairstyle looks very dwarven, but he's obviously not. Um, he's a holy knight of Maglubiet, and he is here on a righteous act of conquest, here to conquer high prices.
Okay.
I like it.
Is there any sort of deeper meaning to that? Is there a hard luck story behind that origin, or
No,
just needed needed an outlet for your creative energies?
yeah, that's pretty much just
Okay.
something for him to do. I always pictured him as sort of like a like a dumb screw up in his clan, and so they just like give him stuff to do to like keep him pushed off to the side. And
So it's
the
taking shape now that you you were encouraged to take this job.
yeah, I'm a stock boy, so I'm not even really having anything to do with the prices.
I love it.
Yeah, there's we dissolve into a family scene somewhere, and a larger bugbear is being like, Lenya, you really need to get out there and just get out of here. Why don't you? And then there's like a little flyer in the background taped to a bulletin board. This would be perfect for you, right? Yeah.
Since it's like a retail job, he also is unavailable for all holidays. Like they make him work the bad shift so he doesn't have to spend it with his family.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Perfect.
God.
Okay, so Lenya, a righteous crusader, maybe transplanted to this location to get out of your family's hair, but nonetheless, no less competent. We'll say.
Yeah.
I like
It's,
Lenya.
it's a character that I played in a Curse of Strahd game, so I imagine he'd just be just like a little paranoid about some of the customers being
Oh,
either
interesting.
werewolves or
So is
vampires.
it the same Lenya? Like, have you gone through this like horror-filled setting and escaped,
Yeah, a little bit.
alive but changed?
After that, he's like, I'm going into retail after. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
Okay.
Strahd.
This was supposed to be a vampire-free excursion, but he's still a
Yeah.
little paranoid.
Well, what horrors await you out in the multiverse? Who knows? But probably not vampires because, well, who knows though?
I hope not. It's Christmas.
Maybe space vampires. It's who can say?
Space vampires. Cool.
Okay, who's up next?
I'll go next. So I'm playing Havoc, who goes by Javi. He is a black Kenku, and he is the engineer of, I guess, the perfect core. But he's not exactly what one would call a competent engineer. He may have Homer Simpsoned his way into the gig. So there was a moment when a generator had failed, and he stepped up to the plate to try to repair it. Basically hit it with a wrench, repaired it, and now he's just the guy that everybody calls. He tends to, he's like a nice enough fellow, but he's clearly in over his head. He tends to repeat himself a lot. He seems pretty high anxiety, that kind of thing.
Okay, traditional. What's your appearance as a Kenku? Like crow?
Yeah,
What are we
crow.
talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going like black crow. Usually has he has all the tools around his belt that would indicate that he's like at least what he would think would be a competent engineer. So that kind of thing. But he doesn't look too disheveled. He's like pretty well put together. He tries to keep on a good appearance, right?
Okay. Perfect. And then last but certainly not least.
Ah, yes, me. So my character is Lieutenant Lieutenant Colonel Ray Butts, and he
Oh, God.
was teleported here through a black hole after a dogfight and crash landed into the perfect purchase or
I
purchase
love it.
co.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find his way around this new and strange alien landscape full of things that are not quite human. uh and he has a penchant for everything being as easy as eating pancakes.
Oh, pancakes. That's a good
Oh
snack.
yeah, there's no task is too difficult for him, because if you can eat pancakes, you can fight a monster.
I love it. Okay, so is it Lieutenant Colonel? Is the
You can just call him Ray. Just call him Ray Butts or Kicks Butts.
Kicks butts.
okay,
Yep.
I like that. Okay, is he like, is he adapting to life in another dimension, or is he like, I'm always on a quest to get home or whatever?
I
What do
think
we
he's
think?
I think he's adapting to whatever the hell this is.
Okay,
He is a career soldier, so there's nothing that he can't fight. be it the high prices or the crazy crowds.
I love it. It's sort of a natural fit to fall into like the security office or something of that nature. There's always that sort of need here at the Perfect Purchase, or now Purchase Corp,
Ooh.
newly rebranded. But it's all right if you can't keep it straight. The name seems to change pretty frequently. So uh, excellent. Okay, so I think with everyone working at whatever department you're working in today, your sort of dreary retail existence is interrupted suddenly by a notice. You are handed a little card by your manager, and the little card is an assignment for a special detail. And you've had this before, and it's usually not good. It'll usually be like, special detail. All the pets in the pet department escaped, and there's a bunch of shit everywhere. So your special detail is, shit cleanup. Oh,
Excellent.
however, this one, it looks a little more interesting, at least. It just simply says, uh, your Purchase Corp store has been selected for dimensional reassignment training. Please report to the Multiverse Operations Center for immediate processing immediately.
Is it immediate?
It is.
Okay.
So, you all, through whatever means, make your way through the store into the newly constructed Multiverse Operations Center. This is a new area adjacent to sort of the back room dimension of the store. Just a labyrinth of portals and strange otherworldly locations like the accounting office, security office. All these places seem to defy the logic of physics and space as to how they could possibly all fit into this store all at once. Uh, Clearly, some sort of magic and planar transport already afoot here. Uh, but you've noticed in recent weeks and days in the break room this new operation appeared. You've seen technicians and little birds and strange creatures that you don't even recognize going in and out of this room in little lab coats, wearing their little goggles. Some of them uh, emerging in a strange disarray, like they've seen 1,000 years of time in this faraway look in their sunken eyes. Strange like dirt and burn marks on them, just weird appearance as though they've been transported elsewhere. Uh, but all of you meet sort of outside the operation center, and you see uh, a large locked door, uh, semi-translucent though. It's a pane of glass, like frosted, and sort of distorting the light. But you see like strange flashes of color from within the operations center. But all of you are here for a moment. You can introduce yourselves, talk or not. Up to you guys if you want to sort of feel out the group and say hello.
See, I've noticed Kick Butts over there. He's eating some snacks, and I was just curious. What you eating? Where'd you get it? Can I get you more?
The snacks are nondescript peach gummy rings.
I do like me some sugar. Not to be taken a different way. Yeah, I only swing with hippos.
What is happening?
I don't know. I think they're having a moment.
I'm always having a moment with someone who has snacks.
Granite's like floating in on a bed of dust as he's sweeping behind it, like so he's going backwards, trying to it's never ending. The dust in this store.
Javi's
Is it-
Kenku brain has absorbed the phrase "I only swing with hippos."
Oh no.
Um,
Is
That's
I'm curious for Granite. Are you like even at a stationary, like if you want to stand still, are you still just kind of like floating in a little circle, like cleaning up this ever trail of dust that's
Yeah.
following you? Okay, I like that.
I do want to bring up that Bagels has murdered every single Kenku that has shown up in these adventures horribly. So I just
Oh, interesting.
Maybe
I'm just
I'm gonna be the exception.
I will continue to do
Oh.
so.
bold words.
I'm gonna be the exception.
Has anyone played a tabaxi that eats kenkus yet, though? That's what I'm wondering.
You
That's a
you
good
had
idea.
your this could have been your opportunity to do that.
It could have
Maybe
been.
next year.
You see, as you are all sort of standing around, you see a little kenku, kind of similar in appearance to Havi. A little kenku in a lab coat, kind of oily black feathers, sort of jostles his way through the crew of you, pulls out a little key from his pocket, opens up the door, and swings it open and goes in, not really regarding you. But you have a moment here if you wanna sort of inch your way in or wait. Up to you.
I feel like if I put any force of my body in there, the door will not close. I am a big boy. I stick my foot
It might
in
be
the
a
door.
little bit of a tight squeeze.
I don't have fingers, really. I'm going to leave this to someone smaller. I was going to stick my foot in, but if you're saying it might be a tight squeeze.
Heavy sees the other Kenku walk and he just doesn't even miss the beat, just follows him, just walks in right behind him.
Perfect. Yeah, you sort of fall in, kind of grab the
Yep.
door. For being a secure room, it's clearly not that secure. As if you, the rest of you who wish, you can make your way in. I think Dr. Hippo, you're. It's going to be a little bit of a squeeze. So you could let me know what you want to do, or if you just want to force your way through the door, that's an option as well, right?
I like dramatically suck it in and still am like having trouble getting through, and I'm like waving my hand, like trying to get someone to just like pull me through.
And I do my best to help him squeeze through the door.
I spray him with WD-40.
I love it. From your little utility belt,
That's right,
pull out
yeah.
a can of WD-40, lube it up good, and he kind of slurps right through the door.
Oh,
What you all behold is a strange room, almost nonsensical in its construction. Just like there is a central focus room into which a uh, a rat's nest of cabling and conduits all feed from unknown locations within the store. Uh, from this apparatus are sticking out in various strange directions and angles, little crystals that seem to be glowing, lights that are flashing, little instrument panels with dials and switches on them. You see like little vents of steam issuing out every so often in an almost completely incomprehensible manner. It is in every sense a cobbled together device. But you see climbing all over it and in garb similar to Havi, little technicians, little Kenku and gnomes, goblins, little smallish creatures going about whatever business that they're going about. And you see this Kenku in the lab coat sitting next to a blue blob. This blob might be 7, 8 feet tall, vaguely humanoid shaped. It is a plasmoid, if you're familiar with the Spelljammer setting, but a sort of a blue blob man. But you see at his side hang 2 enormous pistols. Across his back are bandoliers of grenades and bullets. Strapped across his back is an enormous sniper rifle. And you see he has sort of this close cropped sort of almost like a flat top has emerged from his blue head, and like little blue bristle kind of form itself into a very Marine Corps looking haircut. So I think Ray Butts, I think you have seen this guy around, and I don't know how you feel about someone. He is kind of a gruff military style person, and I don't know if that endears him to you or sets him at odds to you.
I
But
mean, definitely endears him to me.
okay, yeah. So I think he turns. Not there's not really a face to speak of, but he orients himself in your direction, and you hear like a little bubble opens up out of his mouth, and you hear the voice come out. That's just and he kind of spreads his arms out wide, and just says, "Ray, good to see you." And then he looks kind of shifts his torso to, as though he's looking at the rest of the crew, and he says, "Who are this sorry group of maggots you brought with you?"
They're here for dimensional retraining.
Another crew, more fresh meat for the grinder, eh?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, well, I assume you're the leader. You must be.
I make no comment to that. I just kind of I just kind of grunt.
Yeah, makes sense. No, it's fine. It's good they finally put someone with a real head on their shoulders in charge here. He looks
what
at you. He looks at the group of you, and unless you guys want to do anything, he'll kind of give the little Kenku a nudge, and the Kenku will motion for you to step forward.
What the hell is happening? I thought I was supposed to be putting meat on shelves.
Javi's in between his legs, by the way, like hiding. He's like,
Oh.
meat on shelves! Meat on shelves!
He Lenya, you'd say this, and he kind of glides toward you in a he doesn't really walk. He almost like a giant slug slushing across the floor.
Ew,
Uh,
it's uncomfortable.
the back of his body sort of trails behind him, and it's fast. He like gets right up in your face.
Does the Akuma demon cancel?
Okay.
What the fuck did you say to me?
Uh-oh.
What
You
is
Are you telling me
happening?
you signed your employment agreement? You didn't read it,
Oh,
maggot?
jeez.
At any time, for any purpose, we are allowed to reassign you to any duty we see fit. So no, you won't be stacking meat or whatever you just said.
Okay. Where are we going?
Well, that's a kind of a complicated question. I'm more here of in a managerial role. I'm in a and he elbows the Kenku again. And he says, Doc, fill him in. And the little Kenku steps forward and just says, Yes, welcome. Welcome to. You've been selected, and he's pulls out a little clipboard and he's like flipping through pages like there's a little script. Thank you. You've been selected for dimensional reassignment training. As we all know, Purchase Corp, Perfect Purchase has been reorganized into Purchase Corp recently, and we are seeking new profit centers, new revenue opportunities within the multiverse. And he flips over, and the blue guy kind of elbows him and just says, "Doc, they know all this. Get to the good part." So he flips a couple of pages. You behold, and he motions behind him. The dimensional exchanger and assignment device. Caution? Do not touch the dimensional exchanger and assignment device while it is in operation. Uh, it is possible to transplant yourselves into other realities where a purchase corp like entity has exists, and so. And then the guy steps in. All right, Doc, that's enough. You go back to your dials or whatever. And he says, "All right, listen up. You all, I'm sure you don't need a lot of mumbo jumbo. You don't need to know about the 3 laws of interdimensional travel. You don't need to know about how all the science stuff works. It's fine. Here's what we need you to do. Our new CEO, well, to put it frankly, we have not made money in a while.
I'm
this
like writing
company,
something down on my hand. How do you spell interdimensional?
all right, I'm not going to answer that question.
Because he also doesn't know.
It's not because I don't know. I know how to spell it. I definitely know. Listen, yeah, we found a way to open up new opportunities for revenue, and here's how it works. There's a bunch of mumbo jumbo about permanence and superposition of quantum states or something, some nonsense. But basically, you can teleport yourself into some other reality, assume control of your alternate version of yourself, and then steal all their stuff. So we basically we find companies, we find entities, right? Corporations or tyrannical governments, whatever. We zap ourselves in, we steal their ill-gotten gains, and then we get out.
Aggressive acquisitions.
It's amazing for the bottom line, let me tell you. So, yeah, the goal the goal here is it's purely exploitative. We can, and he kind of motions to the side. There's like a wall of almost like a security monitoring thing. Like there's a bunch of little monitors with real grainy, distorted images of strange, incomprehensible realities. So you see like, you know, uh, colorful starscapes and strange, floating craft sort of hovering in space, all manner of things that to your eye are just foreign, completely different and strange. He says to you, yeah, we got this wonderful little monitoring station set up. We can monitor all the teams we send out, and that's important because we have to sort of identify the opportunities where there's easily liquid profit that's easily extractable, we'll say. So we need like a movie trailer device that'll show us little snippets of information to help us to identify those things. So that's what you're looking at. So yeah, when we we'll walk and talk. So he kind of walks you around the device. Once we've identified one and we're locked in, we'll send you guys out to go get the goods, extract the stuff. So you see, like, as you walk around behind it, there's a little it almost looks like a row of batteries. It's like a line of cylinders. They have little crystal housings, like some multicolored crystals set in the top of it. Uh, they are glowing, and the crystals kind of dim and brighten. pulsing, and it as you look at it, it's generating a field, like a semicircle or hemispherical dome around this device. And he says, "This is the shielding device. It's pretty important. As you might have guessed, uh, these folks from other universes, some of them have multiversal travel technology as well. They don't take kindly to being exploited in that way. So some of them they like to come after us, and so we this shield specifically prevents that from happening. This is the timeline integrity preserving shield interface, TIPSY for short. So we use the Tipsy, and that keeps these whack jobs from coming in and messing with the device. A lot of these guys, they want to shut it down. And as he's speaking, you see behind him like little flickers of energy begin to appear. It looks like heated wire or something begins to swirl, and then a vortex appears behind it, and you see out from behind him a similar looking blue plasmoid with big chunks of debris floating in it. Most of the equipment that he's carrying is gone. You see this thing kind of limping out of the portal behind him, and the plasmoid turns behind him and just says, it's another one. There's always there's half the time there's a bunch of these interdimensional whack jobs. They come, they open up a portal, they come in. He pulls out a gun and just shoots the guy. Plasmoid evaporates into goo that just sort of spreads out all over the floor.
I'm gonna
Which
plot
plasmoid
some
shot
like
which plasmoid?
sawdust.
Was it our
The new one. So yeah, they're like a haggard, battle scarred version of that guy stepped out from behind. As he's dissolving, he says, "Gunny, you don't know what you're doing. This is insane. I've lived 1,000 lifetimes," and he just shoots him in the head.
Start putting
Alright.
like sawdust on the body so I can.
Don't worry
sweep
about that.
it.
That's pretty normal actually for a day here. Don't need to worry about that. Everything's gonna be fine. So, if you all would step right here, he motions into the device. There's like a little circular pad set up where it looks like a few people could stand. We'll get you guys all.
Shut up myself.
We'll get you geared up. No, it'll be fine. Don't worry.
So
We'll
don't
get
sweep this up.
Yeah. Hey, you can if you want.
Do we get a gun? Do we get
Oh yeah.
guns?
I
Well,
asked
no,
that
we'll
question already.
get you all set up. We're gonna answer the doctors. You could answer any questions you got. We got to find a target, something ripe for exploitation. I mean, harvesting. No, that
Aggressive
doesn't sound good either.
acquisitions.
Now, there's no
So I'm
weight
gonna-
Can I
restrictions
ask
on
a
this
question?
device.
Could you just fill us in on the selection process for your teams here? How exactly did we all get chosen?
Oh, randomly.
Oh,
That's
makes
fair.
sense.
That's fair. I'm making a complete mess because there's oil and now dust and plasmoid guts.
Yeah,
and
it's like it's absorbing it, and it's turning into like a
Yeah.
sludge.
this
uh,
doesn't have to be a clean room, right? Like this. Yeah.
I mean, this looks very technical, but there's really a lot of guesswork here. A lot of I shouldn't have said that. Never mind. It's very scientific. Doc, why did you answer their questions? And he'll remove himself and go over to the monitor. There's a couple of technicians, and he's kind of pointing at the screens, and they're kind of talking amongst themselves. But the doctor will step up to you. Yes, any sort of questions that you might have, I am here to answer.
Will this affect my shift ending in 2 hours?
As it is a time, a chronological and interdimensional device, that question doesn't really make sense. You can return before the end of your shift, and you'll be able to fit in any work you need to.
I think he said yes.
Okay. Because I am from an alternative faith, it is a holiday for us.
Oh, that's no, I think I think that's fine. As you know, we at Purchase Corp is extremely sensitive to these sorts of issues and would never request that you work. And he's like flipping frantically through his little clipboard. No, you can return before the end of your shift, no problem. Definitely.
It is the feast day of Saint Grublik.
Like no one asked,
Very
and he just starts
very
talking about it.
interesting. That's great. Tell me more about.
It is a feast day. You are feasting on the day.
Wow. Exciting.
Is there like
He's
a
just like,
food that you guys eat? Maybe.
Yes.
They eating time? What?
Yep, they just shove watches into their mouths. Whole
That doesn't
watches.
sound appetizing.
Oh, we are eating food. What the fuck is happening? Am I being discriminated?
Probably. I don't.
no, certainly not. Legally, I am required to say that we do not discriminate on the basis of any protected classes. Yeah.
In this dimension.
Mention or any other. Yeah.
So we just go stand on this pad, and that takes us to the doctor. Is that the next step here? Is that what we're doing?
The doctor.
Is that what you said? I thought you said doctor. Maybe I heard wrong.
No,
We
that's
just
the
step on a
sergeant.
pad, right?
No, we have to find somewhere where we're gonna send you, but it'll definitely be a jarring experience the first time you shift into an alternate version of yourself. But
How do
I'm sure
you
you'll.
know where the right one? I don't want to get shot in the head coming back. Like, how do you know where the real ones from here?
Oh, that's a good question.
How do you know you're the real one? Oh no, that's
Because
well,
he
that
just shot himself in the head,
right.
and he
It's
seemed to like do it a lot. By the other, I mean, there was no waiting. There was no. He went for it. Like,
I totally did. Yeah, that actually goes. That actually gets into something I wanted to discuss with you if you have time, which is the 3 laws of interdimensional travel. The third law specifically deals with that. Chronological and multiversal variants of a consciousness can coexist temporally in the same mode, as you just saw, but only the temporally locked manifestations of planar consciousness are actually shared between realities. Otherwise, it's just a different version. But that's a good point. That's where these come in. And he has a little box, and he holds it out to you. There's a bunch of little, like, they look like wristwatches, little devices with a band, and then a little crystal face, and a couple of runic inscriptions kind of glowing on the face of it.
I grab it and try to put it on my wrist, but it seems a bit small, so
A little small. Yeah,
look.
you might need to do that as like a ring, or we could get you like a necklace.
I duct
You
tape
know,
it to his hand. I've just got like duct tape on him.
I'm just like looking at it, just like, oh, okay,
Just kind of like finish the band with duct tape around his wrist.
this works.
Yeah, these are the multiversal signal tracking beacons. You really got to have these, because if you're gonna go inserting yourself into an alternate reality, alternate timelines, we got to have a way to figure out who you are and where and when you are, so you could come back. Don't. It would be very bad to lose these, so make sure you hold on to those. Don't damage them or lose them.
Are the other 2 rules important? We talked about the 3rd rule, but we didn't really talk about the first 2.
Oh,
we
the
know
rules
those?
are very interesting. The rules are, the first one is the superposition of planar possibility. That rule states all states of all dimensions exist in all possible states in any reality until they are observed or experienced, which basically means that anything can happen anywhere at any time for any reason. And then the second law is the permanence of experience. So once you have observed an alternate interdimensional state, it permanently exists that way forever. So if you observe something and then leave and then come back, you can return to the same thing once it's observed. It's there. It based off the chronographic index of the manifold of reality that it is, you could find that place again. It's pretty neat.
Heavy nods, but
Yeah.
he's not. He doesn't understand.
Yeah. So
Dr.
It's,
Hippo's like, I
he-
can find snacks that I lose by just tracking it back in time that way. That's good. That's good. Good to know.
exactly, if you find somewhere where there's snacks, that means you could go back and get those same snacks again later if you want.
This is
Yeah, like the
useful.
grocery store.
Well, yeah, like a grocery store. Like imagine infinite aisles in infinite directions with infinite contents, and that's basically what we're talking about.
The liminal space grocery
A
store.
really
But wouldn't
big
there be,
grocery
like-
store.
Unlimited hippo hands at the same time.
Oh, that's
Like-
useful for snacking.
I'm just a janitor. I don't.
So I guess if there's no more questions, we can get you all outfitted, and we'll see if there's any update on finding you guys a destination. You'll wanna travel pretty heavily armed. There's a lot of dangerous stuff, and a lot of dimensions are really dangerous. Like sometimes there's a dimension that's just guns, and everyone shoots everyone all the time, and that's very dangerous. So
Isn't that just Texas?
Yeah.
yeah, it's called Tejas. And he points over to the wall, and there's like a row of lockers and a wall of strange looking weapons. And so if you would each like to select a weapon, I'll have you roll a d20, and I will assign you a random thing that this as you look at the display, right? It's like there's no consistent theme. There's like alternate realities, and these devices have obviously been gathered from across space and time, and some of them are look like martial weapons like swords and knives. Some of them look similar to the guns uh, that Gunny was carrying. So who knows what you'll find? But yeah, everyone roll me a d20, and we'll see what sort of random weapon you get.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. 14. 14 is a.
On laser rifle.
It is a rifle, but it is bullet based. It's like you see it's got a little clip. It is like a railgun sort of thing where
Oh,
it is
yeah.
energy driven. It has a like a power cell to it, and then the actual ammunition is like
Like
massive.
slugs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
little tiny metal slugs that are accelerated to super high speeds.
I'm not mad about that in the slightest.
So what we'll do is this is entirely for flavor. So as you encounter multiversal otherworldly threats, you can use these weapons, but we'll still be using like longbow and sword and whatever stats for D&D. So until such time as you encounter truly insane things of ultimate power, right? So who knows? So anything's possible in the multiverse. So yeah,
I
so Shawnee, you
rolled
get a
a
railgun.
3.
A 3. You find in this rack of weapons it looks like a knife at first, and you pick it up, but it has a little button, and you hit it, and it's like a vibro weapon. So the blade begins to agitate like hypersonically, ever so subtly, and it seems like that would do to some sort of extraplanar interdimensional threat. It would be very effective if you stuck it in them.
Is
All
that what you
right.
do with that?
Also seemed like a
Vibra-
good toothbrush.
But yeah, if you just held it close but didn't touch your teeth, probably great.
Don't do that. I rolled 17.
17. 17 is you have a like a minigun. It is a revolving cylinder with multiple barrels and a huge pack that you have to wear on your back.
Okay.
So yeah, it's got an on-off switch and then a trigger.
Can I put the back just in my trash can?
Yeah,
Like,
it'll
So just
you're definitely.
I'll just chuck in there. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, it's fine.
I got a 16.
16 is 16 is it's a little metal cylinder, and you look at it and it doesn't seem like anything. It has a little button on the end, and you push the button and a jet of heated plasma emerges from the cylinder. It's a lightsaber,
Laser
Yes.
sword.
a laser sword.
Why, do you wanna
Nondescript
get
laser
sieged?
sword.
We don't want the mouse after us.
Laser sword. I don't know. Anakin called it that in episode 1.
It's true.
He was a stupid little kid then.
He also said no one could kill a Jedi.
Yeah, well,
Proceeded to kill all the Jedi.
They were kids.
okay. Did we get everyone?
I
Uh,
had a 17.
17. We already had 17. So give me another roll.
Okay. 12.
12. 12 is 12 is a it's a little circle. It's like a circular disc. It has a little handhold and a little igniter button, and then it lights up, and like a ring of
Oh, hell
flame
yeah.
energy appears in the end. It's like a Tron disc that you can
That's
throw, and it'll bounce and might come back to you. Might just hit more people. Who knows?
Oh, excellent. I like this. Excellent.
So excellent. So each of you outfitted. You can equip yourself with. They have these little like exosuits. A fantasy version of a spacesuit, essentially. A little spherical helmet to protect you from who knows what. But yeah, magically enchanted to keep you relatively safe in the unknown dangers that you might encounter out in the strange, vast expanse. So, you all, as you're getting equipped, you see the doctor kind of goes over to the control panel area where Gunny is looking for a target for you guys to go to.
like a planet full of just toddlers.
Yeah. So they have a little conversation. The doctor comes hustling back over. He pulls out a crystal and he hands it to Javi. And says, you kind of look like you know your way around equipment. This is your interdimensional crystal. So you're gonna put that in there's like a little raised column in the center of the platform with a receptacle like this. That's gonna be your transport crystal. So that'll activate the device once we're dialed in. I think we've got they're still figuring out the location, but you guys should be all set to go pretty soon. So why don't you go ahead and start getting set, and then we'll everything will be great. It'll be great this time.
Heavy takes
This
the
time.
crystal, and there's like that moment where like he drop like he's gonna drop it, but then he like catches it in the end. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no! If he
Like,
dropped it, it
"Oh,
would have been really
oh, no."
bad." Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah. So you all have a quick moment to discuss. Otherwise, we'll get on with the show.
Um, they should be fine.
Well, I'm just curious at seeing the different types of snacks I can find in this new land. Wherever we go, I'm good. I've got a big tummy.
It feels a little bit like we might be taking the snacks.
Well, that's the
from other
point.
people.
I get to find new snacks to take away from them. And this time, compared to the way I take other snacks, I get to see who I'm taking them from. I'm just opening portals and taking snacks. Who knows lives I'm fucking up in the process?
This is a little meta, Matt, but I feel like every one of your stories for this one shot have become like capitalistic like nightmares. Like when you take capitalism to like the end state, this is like what happens. First it was the colonization, now it's you just pillage the multiverse. Like
Definitely. It's yeah, I don't know how else you take the extreme, like, whoa, what's the end
I
state
mean-
of this fantasy capitalist entity with that also has magic? Like, yeah, it's not gonna be good.
hey, we're just gonna take all your shit. You know,
We're-
it's fine. Yeah.
They're all based around, the fact that people in actual reality will trample each other for a freaking deal at Walmart on a Black Friday. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just gets worse.
We did that one too. That
Yeah,
was the
that
first
was-
one.
True, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
I think
man.
we're ready to go.
Okay. As you step forward, so you all get yourself organized. You're suited up as best you understand the task ahead of you. You have strange weapons at your disposal. You see Dr. Corvus goes over to the little control panel, and he begins to start to activate the machine. You see Gunny. It seems like he and the technicians, like, he's motioning, they're nodding, like it seems like they found something good. So I'm gonna have someone, and we'll say, Shawnee, why don't you do the first one? Give me a D10 roll
Just straight D10, unmodified.
for a random multiverse destination.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, very fun. I think they're all fun. So yeah, we'll see. So he dials it in, and you see, as you step up to this device, you see behind the doctor a similar looking portal begins to open as the one you'd seen before. It seems that something else is coming through as he is activating the machine. And what you see is a horrifying, twisted version of a Kenku. It looks pretty similar to the doctor himself, but it is like equipped in a like big suit of power armor. He's got multiple huge laser guns. He's got a laser sword thing in his hand. He's also got like a weird crystal thing set into his head that's glowing with purple fire. And as he steps through, you see like objects around him begin to levitate. Just like, it's a mess. It's a hodgepodge of random, science fiction, fantasy properties. It's all over the place.
I like it.
He strides through, and you see the doctor turn, and this creature goes right for the shield device, and the doctor kind of weakly, bats at him to stop him, but he's just not strong enough. Right, this is it. This foe is way too powerful. Gunny sees it too late. This huge like mecha crow steps through, takes out his laser sword, and just starts going to town on the shield. You see that sort of hemisphere of energy starts to crackle and disintegrate. And then you weakly you hear Dr. Corvus in the background, "No, we should have made a shield for the shield." Smoke and flame begins to billow out of the back of the device. You see Gunny pulls out 2 guns at the same time, charges at this creature. They both begin firing at each other as he runs behind the device. You all have this sort of moment of panic. You see Gunny's unconscious, maybe dead, who knows, like a rag doll, is thrown from behind this thing and clatters into the wall. you see the huge mecha crow steps forward to the group of you. It looks at you, Javi. You have this crystal in your hand, and it holds out its hand and says, in a strange, like crackling, almost robotic, metallic voice, it just says, "Give me the multiverse crystal."
No.
He, pu- he pulls out a huge gun. and,
Give
points
it to him.
and he says again, I do not wish to do this, but I will if I need to. Give me the multiverse crystal.
I look to everyone else like as if what do I do?
Give it to him. Listen to him. Those guns are so huge.
Put the crystal in the device. Let's go.
Could
What
is
they
it close-
said.
So I try to do like a sleight of hand where I like go to give him the crystal and then I jam it into the.
Ram it into the device. Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
He's gonna
boy.
oppose. He's gonna oppose you with just a dexterity.
That's an 11.
Okay. He's not very dexterous. He's more of a strength based creature in his giant power suit. So he only adds +1 to this roll. So you said 11.
Correct.
Okay. So he needs a 10.
55%.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. He rolls a natural 20.
Yes.
And in this quick moment of
Been nice knowing y'all, boys.
like pretending
You picked the
I'm gonna
Genku.
figure out a huge robot hand just reaches out and grabs you around the throat. And he takes the crystal from your hand as you're like sitting there beating to twitch. And he just looks at you and you see like in his face almost like a sadness, 1,000 lives lived across many universes. You see this crow like missing burned pieces of feathers and scarred across his face in strange ways, pieces of his body like replaced with cybernetic enhancements or things of that nature. And as he looks at you, you see a blue sort of plasmoid shape beginning to reform behind him as you've given just enough in defying this creature, given him just a moment for Gunny to reform. And you see Gunny has a huge like chainsaw sword behind him, and he starts it up, and he swings down at this thing. So I'm gonna make a roll for Gunny. Okay, he hits. However, the crystal goes clattering to the floor, and it shatters
Oh
in the
shit.
device. Yeah, in the center of the device, all of you gather there. The crystal, the mecha crow, Gunny, all of you see this crystal like stardust, an explosion of strange swirling energy encompasses you like a tornado. The room around you begins to spin, and the floor beneath you opens into a portal, and this sort of endless hall of mirrors looking wormhole appears beneath your feet, and you begin to be drawn down into it.
Damn.
The last destination of the machine was already set. So on the trailer readout monitor, a little trailer begins to play for as the rest of you sort of fall through space. But you lack this crystal, but you still have your little wristbands, and who knows what adventures await. But a 1 on the. I'm gonna look at my little table, and I'll just do the little trailer thing. Okay. Okay. So you all awake. Jarring sensation of this blurred vision. You look around. You find yourself inhabiting a similar body to what you had before, but it's strange and different somehow. You feel powerful. You feel stronger. You feel smarter. You feel bigger. You are enormous. You are huge compared to what you once were. You are somehow an altered, like a superhuman version of your previous self. You find you remember your own memories. You remember who you are and why you came here. And yet you also think in a strange way that you have a duty to fulfill. You are a soldier. You are a member of an elite force. So, as you all stand, you look around, all of you find yourselves in armor. Huge mechanical armor,
Oh no.
hold
Nice.
enormous weaponry, huge, like clownishly huge caliber guns. You have like strange, almost religious iconography,
There's
wax
something grim
seals.
and dark about
There's something
this.
grim, something dark. Oh,
This is all
I-
heresy. This is just
like the camera pulls back to the little monitor in the monitoring station, and the trailer starts. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, CEO of humanity has sat immobile on the
Okay.
golden throne of
Yes.
Fortress Corp. He is the master of retail by the will of the gods and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible sales. The greatest among these associates are the Adeptus Associatus, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors.
Yes.
Their comrades in arms are Legion, the ever vigilant Managerium, and the number crunchers of the Accountants, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to slake the CEO's unending thirst for profits.
Yes.
So welcome to Storehammer 40K, the alternate dimension that you find yourselves in. So
My God.
you find yourselves in a tightly enclosed space. All of you are seated in like it looks like a harness that has strapped you down for protective reasons. You feel yourselves begin to rattle. You feel like you're just shimmying almost uncontrollably. You feel like you feel G forces. You feel you are accelerating and you're moving at an incredible speed, and you feel heat. You feel the capsule, this container, this walled container that you find yourselves in, uh, heating up and rattling, and it increases in intensity. So you all have a moment, and you can sort of discuss among yourselves. And feel free, if you want, every time we switch universes, to adapt a little bit of the flavor of the setting, if you so desire. So entirely up to you guys, but that's where we find
Okay.
ourselves.
Storehammer 41K. Something about this seems real familiar to me.
What would be like the grim dark version of all of our characters? I feel like Javi would have like the side of his head would be shaved. You know what I mean? Like there'd be like no feathers.
Yeah, there's like the little like implanted metal pips in his head.
Yeah. There's like stars on all kinds of stuff. There's like a bunch of stars for no reason on his uniform.
Your voice is just a speak and spell.
I like that. Like they have those little it's like the vented masks that they have over their face. Yeah. I love
That's
that.
hilarious.
It's either that or it's a Kenku. He's wearing one of the Corvus masks that the Jump Marines used.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever kind of conversation these guys are having, I can't hear it because I'm like off to the side holding one of those chainsaw swords and just like revving it.
Yeah.
Say the big power gauntlet with the lightning claws on it.
Hell yes.
Oh, I already
Yeah,
had the
as-
vibro knife, so I'm just adapting the vibro knife that was given me to be kind of similar.
You find, yeah, like oddly you're in a different form, but like the equipment that you had is somehow still accessible to you. as though it would be ridiculous to have you change your loadout every time we change locations. Lenya, as you rev your little sword, this masked figure sitting next to you, similarly garbed, but like he has a it's like a halo of metal and spikes sort of set behind him. His armor looks ornate in a way that yours is not. So all of you look pretty similar. This guy looks like important somehow.
Okay.
He has more elaborate, like golden pauldrons, where you guys have some little, wax seals and a couple little religious texts. He's like head to toe. This guy is all in.
I want to shop where he's shopping.
He looks at you as you're sort of playing with the sword, and just says, "Steady yourself, brother."
But I mean, look at it. It's badass, dude.
Yes. The CEO has seen fit to grant us many boons, great weapons which we may fell the numerous foes we will meet en route to the vault.
The vault.
Do you not remember, brother?
Remember what?
We have been given the sacred charge to reclaim the Imperial Prophet Vault. It has been overrun.
By.
Does it matter?
Well, my shift ends in 2 hours.
Hmm.
It's a holiday for him.
He looks at you so confused and just says, "What would he say? What would the Space Marine?" He would say something like, 2 hours. Not even in death does your duty end, brother.
Heresy. It's all heresy.
Come, I will forget your wavering. Prove yourself in battle.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is
As he says
beautiful.
that, you all feel a jolt. You are crushed in your seat by the force of a huge impact. The walls of the container fall open, and you are you find yourselves in a strange foreign landscape. Uh, a sort of yellow gray sky overhead. You see fire and plumes of smoke drifting off in the distance. You hear the sound of gunfire and shouting all around you. You see several of these pods, multiple of them, impact around you, and you have dropped into a hot war zone of some kind. Across the way, as the doors to this thing open, this commander guy like unhooks himself. He pulls out a huge sword, and he just says, "For the CEO!" and he charges forward out into the battle. And you see a horde of like green-skinned, orcish-looking creatures, but they're huge. They're like enormous orcs. Some of them have guns inexplicably. But he just like wades into the sea of green skins and begins like slashing through them, and you see other space marines from these other pods around you do the same, but all of you have a brief moment where you see across the way, you see a familiar looking crow emerge from a pod, and he looks at you, and he looks at the field of battle, and he begins to charge out into the field, presumably looking for something. So what do you all wish to do?
I feel like we should be trying to get whatever he's going for first. What's he going for? So important.
Mm,
Wait, yeah. What? I'd follow him.
Also,
I
he
just
might have
want-
snacks.
He might. Yeah. I mean, any of these folks might have snacks.
That's a good
What's like
point.
the distance between us and the crow? Is there like the entire battlefield between us? Like,
So at the moment, it might just be like 100 feet, 120 feet, something like that.
Oh, so he's not
Has-
Pretty
that
close.
far.
Pretty close.
Has this this crow that's followed us through dimensions seen us?
Yeah, as you see him, he looks at you. He looks out into the field, and then he kind of thinks for a second, and then he
Can we
heads on out into the battle.
can we throw our Kenku at him? Just lob him like a bullet or something, an axe. Just toss him.
I would like to remind you that you have actual bullets. You don't need.
This is more of a surprise.
I will agree. I will be surprised by this course of action.
I mean,
Well, I think Ray Butts is going to take the initiative on this one and be like, that guy knows what we're after, but we need to go get it. And I charge off in his direction.
Okay. Do the rest of you follow?
Yeah, to
Yeah.
the vault.
Okay. You charge forward, and through the din of battle, there are like many small engagements. You see, like guys just carving other people in half with huge, scary-looking weapons. You see like little gun emplacements where 2 or 3 of these Marines just have like a field of fire opened up, and they're just like shooting a hail of bullets into these onrushing hordes of enemies. Uh, I would like so we're going to enter sort of a little mini skill challenge.
Okay.
So this is like an active battlefield, and there will be bullets and fire and explosions all around you. But how will you traverse this landscape safely in pursuit of this guy? You see this crow. Uh, he's pretty easy to follow just because he looks so different than everyone else here. But nonetheless, it will be dangerous to follow him. So what would you guys like to do, and how will you chase him?
So who do we feel like has the best chance of stopping this dude?
the giant mecha crew.
Yeah, like who wants to get there fastest? Because I will cast Longstrider on them.
That's good.
Wait, in fact, who's the biggest guy? I guess Mr. Hippo, Dr. Hippo.
Yeah, I
That
mean
or
you're
our
all like
I'm gonna
berserker.
cast Longstrider on Dr. Hippo, and I'm gonna jump on his back.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm
okay.
gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Love
all
it.
just run behind
This
him.
takes
as he ma-
Dr. Hippo
Yeah,
back
just
to a
draft him.
time of like
Dr. Hippo just
prehistoric.
looks like an ogre.
Yeah. I'm picturing like one of the huge dreadnought-sized things, and there's just like he's got huge, claw hand, and one hand that's a gun, and he's just like wading through this battlefield, punching guys. Okay. So you cast Longstrider on Dr. Hippo. Dr. Hippo, how are you going to approach this? Just going to charge forward? Anything else you would like to do to?
Well, what's the terrain like in front of us? Like, what are we looking at?
It is a rocky world, so it seems like bare of vegetation that you see. You don't see any water, but it is sort of a rolling, craggy hillscape. Think like, I'm thinking the surface of Mars or something, right? Just like
Okay.
scattered stones and dust.
Can I like Gears of Wars it up to like stones and take cover, and then Gears of Wars it further up, just like charging
like that.
ahead? Like
Yeah, absolutely. So using sort of the cover of and you guys can make your way from spot to spot, right? And
All
the
right.
crow is charging, straight through this battle, but he's also taking damage. Like he occasionally encounters like huge orc that he has to stop and throw aside, or he gets into a hand lock with them, and then he pulls out a gun and shoots this other guy. He keeps running, but he's due to the pace that he's taking damage as he moves through the space. You guys, however, are able to sort of take a little bit of cover, take a little bit slower approach. So wherever he's going to beat you there, most likely, unless anyone else would elect to do something to change that situation. So does anyone else have something they'd like to contribute to the skill challenge?
Can I cast Fairy Fire on the mecha crow? So then everyone in the battlefield sees a glowing robot.
Yeah. You see, like, not only making him easier for you guys to track, but yeah, it's like it sort of highlights him in this huge fight, and many more of the enemies begin to focus their attention on him, so slowing him further. I think that'll negate sort of his advantage.
And do I make him like purple so then all the orcs think he's not there? I mean, just in case these orcs work like other orcs. I wonder if there's a color I should. I'm just gonna make him orange, like a bright orange. Yeah, I think that's it.
Just don't make him red.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want him going faster.
I love that. Yeah, you hear like a couple of the orcs being like, "That crow's a little bit on fire." Some of them see they see him. You see like gunfire from different spots, like begins to train on his location. But undeterred, he continues forward. So, is there anything else anyone else would like to do as you pursue this guy?
Sure. So, I mean, it's a paladin. Strength is my biggest stat, so I was envisioning like, uh, like shoulder charging, a barricade, some kind of shield encampment where they've like got like a I don't know. I don't know much about 40K. I'm assuming the orcs don't have like gun encampments and turrets.
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
But it'll be like, oh, you see in front of you a cobbled together barricade that looks like it's made of some wood and scrap metal, but also it looks like a giant skull with a big fanged mouth for some reason. And in the eyes you see like coals of fire burning. Like it's just unnecessary
Grim
how
dark, baby. It's grim
yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And for whatever reason, their weapon looks like it was like welded together out of old World War One machine guns.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. There's a little like smokestack on the side of it that's for some reason steam powered in some way, and the jaws are like chomping. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, make me a strength athletics.
Yeah, I want to roll an athletics check to try and just like turn that gun barrel around to the side on some advancing infantry of theirs.
Yeah, I love it.
Uh, that is an 18.
Ooh, easily. Yeah, we'll call that a success as well. So yeah, you see this strange, grimdark contraption, and you spy like it looks scary initially, but it also looks cobbled together and weak. And you think with the right application of force at this one joint, you could probably just break that thing wide open. And you're strong, but in this form, you feel incredible. You feel like instinctively, like I, uh, if I run this way, like your armor is assisting you to run faster. uh, like you have little rocket boosters that are just pushing you forward even faster, and the rest of you see like as Dr. Hippo is sort of wading through the mass of enemies, a bullet like a rocket trailing fire behind it just goes like supermaning past you and crashes into this huge thing, and it just obliterates like pieces of scrap metal, and there's orcs standing on the top of it like with guns shooting down, and they just go flying as this thing explodes. The pieces of it kind of split, and you land, blade landing, leg out to the side, looking very cool. And you
Of
see
course.
before you uh, this thing split in a path sort of through the battlefield, the mecha crow ahead of you, and you see a huge structure. It looks like almost like a pyramid, large, maybe a pyramid with the top kind of lopped off of it. A big structure with large vertical columns. It looks like sort of an entryway to it. And you see like big statuary and carvings of similar looking uh, people to yourselves, like large guys in power armor, sort of adorning these columns. It looks like a official-looking building, and it has a huge, ornately carved stone door on the front of it. So, with this skill challenge successfully passed, you all see the Mecha Crow make his way up to the door. The rest of you follow in pursuit. He's yet ahead of you, maybe just a few hundred feet. And you see at the base of the door other Space Marines fallen on the ground, probably dead, but similar adornment of power armor and weaponry. But they look strange to you. And they look strange in that they look familiar.
Uh-oh.
Not human like the rest of these guys have been that you've seen, like a classical human being human. But some of them look elvish. One of them is like a snake guy. One of them is
Hmm.
a goblin. They look more like they're from your world. So, as you approach, you see the Mecha Crow kind of unconcerned with the door, but rooting around in the effects of these dead guys. So, you have a moment to sort of prepare yourselves as you see him there. What do you want to do?
We're gonna cast Bless on the party.
Okay, good call.
Are
somewhere in the far distance, there's like a guy stands at the top of a hill with a huge standard, and he's like, "For the CEO," and you feel like emboldened for some reason. You feel like, yeah, that's right.
I'm remembering back to like the employee survey where one of the questions was, how would you rate our company culture? And I'm thinking, man, this is it's really,
Yeah,
really dialed it up this last year.
it's incredible now. Yeah,
It's
I feel like
really invigorating.
yeah.
Are we going in guns blazing, or should we maybe talk to this crow? What are we feeling here, group?
He tried to kill you.
But he didn't. I guess.
He wanted
might
to.
try. I mean, he might try to kill us again. I don't know. But I do have this rail gun, and I kind of want to use it.
I'm going to give you maybe the greatest advice I have ever given anyone. You should shoot him.
And
Yeah.
I do. I 100. I just immediately listen
Yeah,
to
just
him.
no
I was just
hesitation.
second that. Shoot this guy. It's as easy as eating
As soon as he
pancakes.
says, I just. Oh, all right. I guess we're doing this.
Incredible. So you feel the energy of the gun charges, and a like sublight speed rail particle issues out from the gun. Make me an attack roll with advantage
Oh boy.
because he's not looking at you, so it's a
You're
surprise.
blessed. So you get
So-
And
another
you're blessed
D4.
with a D4. Yeah.
Well, I
And
rolled a
he's very
16
fired.
plus like whatever plus a lot plus the D4, so that's probably it. So let's say 18 plus 7. What is that? 25.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the crow rooting, like he picks up one of the bodies, almost like a doll, where he picks it up with his huge robot arm and kind of shakes it. Little effects fall out of it, and he's rooting through this pouch, and you just, and the shot like appears to go through him, almost like it missed, and then you see like very slowly he kind of turns, and you see like uh, a huge exit wound on the back of him, right? So facing you, it looks like nothing, and then as he slowly turns, you see like an enormous like wires and conduits, like there's oil
wow.
spraying out of his robot frame. Like that thing did some bad damage to this guy. So give me for this railgun shot, give me 2 D12 damage if you
Oh
would.
snap.
Oh man.
That's
Well,
pretty
that was
tight.
that was not a great roll. It was only 7 all day.
That's okay. It seems like it hit something vital. But we're gonna have everyone roll initiative. as that'll conclude our surprise round. And for the purpose, since it's theater of the mind, this is a single combat with this guy. The terrain is such that if you feel like you need to do something with the terrain, you can. I've described it as rocky, so there's places to hide. There's you guys are extremely strong and powerful, so there's things to throw if you needed. That sort of thing is at your disposal. There is this giant stone vault door in front of you, as I described, and the fallen bodies of presumably fellow Purchase Corp employees who were sent here at a different time on the ground. But that is the scene we find ourselves. As far as movement, you're all basically in the same confined space, so don't concern yourself too much with if you can reach something, you can get to this guy in your first round of combat. So initiative, what do we got?
14.
Okay. Granite is
18.
14.
Granite is not a smart rock man, so I'm sorry when I come up.
I rolled a 13.
I also got a 13.
Okay. And what else?
I got an 11.
11 for the good doctor. Okay, and then he rolls a 9, so he's gonna go last. So truly surprised by this, and reeling from that railgun shot, the Mecha Crow is gonna go last. So first up we have Javi.
So I feel like Javi's already pretty well doing his thing. He's gonna perch on top of Dr. Hippo and feeling powerful from all of this planar travel, he summons upon the power of the planar warrior, and he's gonna fire off another railgun shot at the Mecha Crow.
Okay.
And say like, "Rock, you tried to kill me. What's up with that? That's not cool." And he's gonna take a shot.
Okay, yeah, just roll it flat. He knows you're there at this point, and he's sort of turned to face you, so no advantage, but
So
still
that's a
with
20.
bless. Oh
Well,
wow.
He's glowing.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. He is fairy fired, so it'd still be with advantage.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
yeah, give it
Well, it's
again.
not a
See.
natural 20, so it's 24.
Okay. Still a hit. So yeah, give me that railgun damage again.
And then I add a D8, I guess, from Planar Warrior, because that's what it does.
Love it.
This class is cool, by the way.
What class are you playing?
Horizon Walker. It is
Okay.
very cool. Okay, so that is a 14 all day.
Okay. So between the last round and this, 21 total. Nice. So 2 railgun shots. The second one, he's more ready. You see like a flicker of some sort of energy shield comes up, and it is still not enough. He's wheeling to get in position. You're able to slip another shot past him, and it sort of hits him in the power armor again. Okay, that's Javi. Unless you wanted to do anything else.
That's it for me.
Okay, then we're to Granite.
He's gonna grab the chain gun.
Okay.
And, because he's not smart, he's gonna shillelagh it, and then
What does that even mean?
all the dust around him, like it's almost like a magnet, goes into the minigun, and he's gonna bonk him on the head.
Oh my
as a
God.
giant club.
Like it's not a gun; it's just a huge club.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
He forgot to read
Classic.
the instruction manual.
Classic Granite. Yeah.
I wish that I got your weapon and you got mine.
I wish I got a
15?
gun.
You said 15.
Yeah.
15, unfortunately, is not enough to hit.
I feel like
so
you could pick up a gun off the ground here. There has to be a gun on some body
there
or
are
something, right?
many guns.
Yeah.
There are bolters and laser guns and little explosive devices, all kinds of stuff.
All right. So after that miss, you see a dust hand like get the back of his collar and just scoot me back 5 feet. My swarm.
Okay. Okay.
'Cause, like, yeah.
Wait. Don't you get a bless? Did you use your bless?
Yeah. Bless is how many targets?
Oh, you just
3, I
blessed.
think. Right.
So which 3?
Shaheen and Robbie and let's roll a dice.
I mean, we could just do those two because I already
Rad.
rolled.
Oh yeah, that's true. Since he already rolled.
No,
just keep
that's
it going.
fine. No worries. So add your blessed die.
So it's a
You-
D4, right?
Yeah, it was a 15. So you,
Yeah.
so you need. I'll just tell you right now. You need to get a 3.
4.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
So I love it. Somehow, you manage to, as you're using this gun as a club, I'll say like you touch the switch to turn on the barrel, and the drum end of the gun begins to rotate as you hold the barrel, and you whack the guy with it, like a storm of these little dust motes, kind of hit him, and a cloud obscures his face. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. That's hilarious.
4 plus 6. So then I'm gonna have the swarm move him away from the bodies he's searching towards us.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so you can sort of, as this cloud begins to swarm around him, he staggers forward as he's sort of pushed toward you. I love that. Amazing.
And I am done.
Okay.
Get the shillelagh minigun.
Yes. Okay, we are to the Lieutenant Colonel. Ray Butts, what do you got?
Ray Butts is gonna charge in there with his big old meaty power claw to attack. Give him an good old punch, and because my character is technically statted out as a barbarian, I might as well rage.
Okay. What is your do you do anything special to rage, or is it all inside you?
It's all
Like,
inside my
I've
character.
seen some real shit, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's seen some shit, fought some battles, so that's a
Okay.
secret cap. That's a secret cap. He's always raging.
Always angry. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, so this thing is still under the fairy fire, so you're rolling with advantage as well.
Okay, let's see here. Let's roll this. And so advantage. Oh, that's rough. But I do get, what is it with, because I'm technically, oh no, that's damage. Never mind. It's damage I do. It's not. Well, I missed because my highest to hit was a 12.
Okay.
I rolled real low. Yep.
Yeah, you roll up to him with this power claw, but he this huge robot hand like grabs you mid punch, and he just kind of stares you down. And says, "This is not your fight. There's no need for you to die here." And he sort of shoves the claw to the side as you try to make the attack. Okay, that's to Lenya.
Okay.
Smite him.
This is gonna come as a shock, but I'm gonna swing the lightsaber.
Attack him with the lightsaber. Yeah, perfect. Let's go.
Let's see. There we go. It's a 24.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, that definitely hits.
And I'm assuming I just do a long sword of damage.
So just do the longsword, but then double your die damage for the
Oh, okay.
for lightsabering.
Or laser sword.
Okay,
For
so
for legally
that's
safe knockoff of a lightsaber.
12 damage, and then I'll do what's it called?
Oh, your
Smite.
smite. Yeah, you can still smite on
Divine
top of that.
smite. Yeah, there we go.
Retail smite.
So another 2d8.
Yes. Okay.
comes out to 6.
Okay. Hey, still respectable 18 total. I love that. Okay. Anything else?
Oh, that's all I got.
Okay. It's the good Dr. Hippo.
So like what's exactly surrounding our Mecha Crow friend? I'm thinking of using my little spinny cylinder of doom, and I want Dr. Hippo to go through, like, be that meme and have all the physics going through his head so that he could like toss that thing and it just bounce off of everything, just hitting the crow over and over
Oh
again.
yeah. Okay. I'll say so the rocky terrain around you, but the avenue toward this vault, presumably, that you find yourself in, there's these large columns where there's statues and stuff sitting on top. So you're looking and you see like trigonometry calculations begin to form in your mind, and you look and see like, okay, well, this one column, like if you hit it right, you could collapse it onto the guy.
Yeah.
So I'll say make an attack roll, and I'll set the armor class of this column at just a solid easy 10. But what is the weapon damage you're gonna roll? So what's your normal weapon?
My normal weapon, where's my...
Probably a cantrip for him. He's a wizard.
Yeah. It would probably be like a gust or where are we? Holy shit. Gust I use a lot. Ray of Frost or Mage Hand? No.
Okay. Yeah, Ray of Frost is like a D8, I think.
Yes.
So with this vibro ring, I'm gonna add a +4 to your damage roll. So whatever on top of your normal damage.
Okay.
So we'll put the damage threshold to knock this thing at 8 total. So if you can deal 8 damage to this pillar, you'll crack it and knock it over.
Okay. And so I don't want to roll that. I want to roll a damage. Okay. Rolling D20 now. 14.
So 14 hits. So you kind of light the little disc, a ring of sort of energy, and you throw it, and it like ching, ping ping, and it ricochets and and cracks right into this pillar. So roll your D8 +4.
Plus.
Get a 4 or
D4.
better to crack the knock it over.
All right. I got a 7 on the D8.
Okay. So 11 damage. So you see that the little spinny disc, since you're over the threshold too, the disc bounces back and returns back to you, and you can catch it again.
Nice.
So you see the pillar, like a little thin crack forms, and you see the top of this thing begin to sway. The statue on the top begins to sort of lean as it falls, and this huge stone pillar comes crashing down onto the Mecha Crow. I'll say, Lenya, you're up in there.
Oh my.
As is
Granite.
Granite. So I'll have both of you guys make a DC 10 dex save to jump out of the way as this thing is falling.
It's fine.
I'm coming. I was getting a glass of water.
No worries, no worries.
10.
Okay, so you just make it. You're like just barely able to make it. But you're able to sidestep the pillar without taking damage.
Uh,
I want like all the dust to go into his backpack, like from the giant boulder, like just
As you sort of retreat, this cloud kind of like vacuums up into the garbage can.
yeah. You never know.
oh my god! I got an unnatural 20.
Okay, so you dodge too. Okay, great. So none of you guys, you take no damage. The crow though takes 21 points of bludgeoning damage as this huge stone pillar lands on him. 4d6, and I rolled 3 6s.
Oh, dang.
So that's wild. Okay, incredible. Yeah, this crow suddenly, like a fearsome looking opponent now in this moment to you looks battle damaged. This thing, this suit is not doing well. It's been shot through a couple of times and crushed. and bludgeoned. Before the crow takes its turn, it looks at all of you, looks down to the ground, kind of has to turn now, being pulled away from the bodies that it was searching, and just looks at you and just says, Purchase Corp is not your ally. They are going to destroy this universe if you let them. If you let them continue this, more will come. More who you have exploited will come. They will seek you out. They will hunt you until you are no more. I am but one of those. I seek only to undo what they have done. The crow is going to he's going to look back to the bodies, look at all of you. He's taking so much damage already in just a round. Already over 100 damage. So he's not feeling great about his chances. So he's going to go he's going to turn. A little energy shield kind of flickers up behind him, and he will run back to the bodies and make a check. He's going to look and see if he can find something. Okay, he rolls a 20 dirty, so not natural. You see one, he very quickly casts one of them aside. You see one, he picks up one of the bodies, and in a little pouch, it seems like he's found what he's looking for. You see one of the little watch devices that all of you are wearing, and the crow did not seem to have. You see him grab one of them, he straps it onto his hand. From within the suit, he reaches in, he pulls out a strange homemade device. It has a similar kind of look to the original device, where it's kind of cobbled together like a mess of wires and conduit and tank, and it's somehow smoking a little bit. He takes that little device, and you see it start to glow as he holds the thing. He turns a switch on, and you start to see a portal forming around him. He gives all of you a look and just says, it's best for you to turn back. Return while you can. And he sort of falls backward into this portal. Oh, and I can actually do that, right? Fall into
Yeah,
my
that was
background.
really cool. I was gonna say.
Well played.
Amazing.
Like it.
So, in this little moment, all of the rest of you have this portal open before you, and you don't know where it leads. But if you wish, you could follow him. Presumably, if you wish, you could also activate your devices and return. So, what do you want to do?
Sounds like we should follow. I'm curious.
What about the vault?
There is the vault.
Say we were here to collect something for Purchase Core. So
Mm,
I don't know
Really
what
say
we were
what
supposed
the-
to get
yeah.
here. That's the problem. I assume this is the vaulted profits of
we
the
have a moment to
Purchase
check the
Core
bodies?
CEO.
Yeah. Yeah. Is
You
there
can.
is there anything that we could just like steal from these guys to say that we were performing our duties?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
I
Anyone
like
who
take
wants
the
to look
guy's
over the
shoes.
bodies.
Treasure, it's here. I found it.
Yeah,
are there skulls everywhere?
it's
Just
there's
come
just
back.
like inexplicably rows of skulls are just all over the landscape. Yeah.
I did not roll well on an investigation check, so.
Yeah,
Nor
got
did
an 8.
I.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Okay. You guys find all kinds of interesting stuff. There are employee IDs. You find a pack of gum.
I put an employee
find-
ID on.
Do we recognize any of them? Like, do they come from like our time? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we know-
you like I'll say like you don't know any of these people at a great like deep personal level, but you know that like these were probably employees that you've seen around. You've definitely seen several of them in your store before. So they seem like they were employees. And yeah, the employee ID confirms it, right? It's like, purchase official perfect purchase employee ID, and then perfect purchase has like a little decal sticker stuck on over it, which just says Purchase Corp now.
and they're quite dead, right?
They're quite dead. It looks like cut down by bolter fire and chain gun or chainsaw blades and different other things.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's all you find. You do see like there's one of them had like a satchel. It seemed like it had something, but it looks ripped open, like it was cut with a knife or something, and whatever contents. If they had made it into the vault and were leaving, who knows? But the contents are long gone. With those investigation checks, you guys don't find anything of what they were after or what riches they might have held at one point.
Whatever they wanted from the vault, he clearly pillaged, right? So
Are there any other watches?
There are
with that
none. There are
employees?
none other that are functioning that you find. Yeah, there's other ones, but they either some of them are damaged, crushed, or broken, and they don't seem to be functional. They're not glowing like yours are.
well, let's charge on through the portal into our next world.
Ooh, that's a tough choice. Because leaving means I won't be here anymore, and this is basically heaven to me.
Amazing.
Like, I don't know how much you know about D&D Goblin religious lore,
Yeah,
but
it's really close to the like techno fascism of the Space Marines, right?
Oh my
yeah,
god, that would be
and the Goblin God of War is constantly warring with the Orcish God of War, so it's just like it's literally just what's happening right now.
Yep.
dude.
Oh,
How
man.
hilarious would it be if we lose one person in each reality because it's like their version of the
Their,
reality they
their
wanted to
perfect
be in?
reality.
Sorry, guys, this is my
Yeah.
home now.
Entirely up to you.
Just
No,
keep rolling new characters up through the night.
Right? Yeah.
No, my mom will be really mad at me if I don't make it to the Feast of Saint Grublik.
Make it back to the feast. Yeah, that's true.
But now you'll have a good story to tell.
Gotta
All right,
get-
we go.
gotta
We
get
go
to
through
that
the portal.
feast.
Yeah.
All right, so you go through the
To the
portal.
portal.
Lenya, as you cast one last glance over your shoulder, you see that captain. You see like he's holding a chain sword aloft, a battalion of soldiers around him cheering, and he looks at you, and he looks very disappointed. as
Like a
you just
single tear
hear-
falls from my
yeah, a
chest.
single tear falls down his huge meaty head.
Love it.
Okay, so you all fall through this portal, a sort of infinite space of mirrors and reflection. You fall past stars and the whirling cosmos around you. So make me a D10 roll for the next destination. And we'll say, Lenya, you can do that. Give me the D10.
Oh boy. D10 comes out to 5.
Okay, and we already had a 1, so now we're 1 and 5. Okay, 5. You see you once again your vision blurs. You look around you and you find yourself once again in a strange unfamiliar place. Each of you there's a lot of beige here. It's a very like light tones. There's a soft carpet under your feet. You look around and each of you are standing around a sort of large circular room. There's a big like a window or something you can see out into it looks like the space that you've been falling through in the portal, like the blackness of space. You see stars and gas nebulae and different things out the view screen. Each of you see yourselves in different colored uniforms. You're all very obviously on the same, organization, the same military or whatever, but you each have little uniforms, little insignia at your collar, and you find yourself in the bridge of a ship.
Oh
So
boy.
once again, the camera pans back, and you see a crackling on this little grainy display monitor as they're sort of tracking your progress through the multiverse. You hear Patrick Stewart voiceover. and a sort of low music. Wom, 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 wom. And he just says, space, the final. These are the voyages of the store ship Entrepreneur. Its continuing mission to exploit strange new worlds, to seek out new prophets and new civilizations from which to profit, to boldly go where no store has gone before, and you feel like space whizzes past you as you accelerate to light speed, and the Star Trek theme, or a legally safe knockoff of the Star Trek theme, begins to play. uh, So you all find yourself on the bridge of a ship, and you see before you like instrument panels. So what I'm gonna have you do is you is gonna need to assume a role on the starship before we actually do the encounter. So if any of you have something you'd like to do, like I would like to be, navigation or uh, the science officer, the captain, whatever. If there's any people who want to double up, we'll do a roll off. But I think you guys can probably work that out amongst yourselves. What roles on the starship would you like to play?
So we should probably do the obvious one first, right? Like, who's the captain?
Yeah.
No one
And
speaks
this
up,
is maybe,
eh?
yeah, we're at like 2 hours, so this might be a good time to take a little break before we start in the next one. So like maybe
A
take
good
5.
washroom break, yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
That'll
be
give us some time to.
Beverly Crusher. Just
Dr. Beverly Crusher.
yeah, like Granny has red hair now. Just
Yep.
somehow.
The turquoise uniform. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And at least 2 of you are gonna try to bang her.
Yeah.
And I just pack dust in wounds.
You have a super annoying son that everyone wants off the ship.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then he becomes a sex icon for nerds everywhere later on.
Fair.
Jesus.
Okay,
But it's
incredible.
true.
So,
But it's true.
All right, BRB.
All right.
all right, we'll
Be
take
right
a
back.
5 and
All right.
come right back.
All right, everyone here.
And
There are a lot
Kender
of
can't steal
dragons, though.
people. And the Kender are back.
Yeah, they have real published rules for Kender.
They can taunt things. That's what they are.
That is a Kender classic. They have
Well,
global taunt.
we got rid of the stealing. It didn't do well in playtesting.
Probably everyone was super pissed off. Like, these people just want to play a Kender and then steal everything from everyone, and I hate it.
Well, like the version they had was like you rolled a table and you pulled out like random items out of your pocket.
That's interesting. Like, there's a whatever 25% chance that the common item that you want you just have.
We
It's
played
just
with
in
that
your-
rule and it was hilarious.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like, it's just you just get a bunch of shit in your pockets all the time, and you don't know what you have until you try to look for it. That's neat. I think that's funny.
The wild magic out of the bag of holding, effectively.
Yeah, it's effectively. I like that a lot.
That does sound fun.
It's not really overpowered either, because it's like, hey, do I have like rope? Like, I don't know, like maybe. It's not like I pull out like a holy avenger and fucking smite the guy. Like, that's not a thing, right?
Yeah.
I still have my Corax list from when we played White Wolf, and he had just a bunch of random shit that I wrote down just in case.
What from when you what?
When we played White Wolf, we played Werewolf Apocalypse
World
for
of
a while.
Darkness, homie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
White Wolf anymore, is it?
Yeah, it is. Well, White Wolf's the company, right?
No, I thought they got bought out. Maybe not. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Is that? Oh no, yeah, White Wolf Publishing. I think it's something else now, but yeah, it's the same like. That's the vampire people,
Yeah,
right?
Vampire Masquerade. We were playing Werewolf Apocalypse.
Okay.
Have it somewhere.
Cool. Well, looks like everybody's back. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Let's
go
do
for
it.
All right. Yeah, the swelling orchestral score, dun, 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 is playing. So, what job on the ship would everyone like? We've got there are many and varied. Whatever seems interesting to you. Some of the classics, right? Like science officer and engineer.
I'll go engineer since I'm wearing the yellow, and
Wearing
you're talking
yellow.
about the Picard series, like era.
Perfect.
So we're
I
gonna
wasn't
die.
joking. I wasn't joking about my role. Like,
What
What did you say?
Win one?
He's the chief medical officer.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
Beverly
yeah, okay.
Crusher, yeah.
He's gonna be Beverly.
I'm even fine if like the portal like
She wants
gender
to be a
swapped
fiery
him.
redhead.
Like,
Yeah, just gorgeous, luscious mane of hair.
He
Uh,
just wants anything that isn't an afro.
it's true.
Incredible. Yeah, you look stunning.
They need a stock boy.
I mean, you can just be the navigation
Ensign,
ensign
yeah.
or whatever.
I can't be a red shirt.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
You're not gonna
Ensign
like
so
White
and
Eds,
so.
but you could be.
Security officer, so and so who doesn't even have a name in the episode. Yeah.
I want to be one of those guys.
Okay. Perfect. I love it. A red shirt ensign.
Oh my god.
I want to be the chief of security. I'm Mr. Worf.
Okay.
In the spirit of getting jobs that I'm not qualified for, that feels like the right thing to do.
Love it. Okay.
Does your
so we
Kenku
still
have like the
He's
Klingon
got like the little
forehead?
molding on his forehead.
the Kenku just has brow ridges now.
That's actually perfect. Yeah, like that kind of 90s, like it's not really the greatest makeup and prosthetics, but like, yeah, it looks weird and alien, so sure. A bird Klingon sort of, yeah. Love it.
I guess I'll be the captain.
Okay, yeah, the captain's chair is still vacant, so and you are the ranking officer, right? So yeah. Okay. So
You got to be the number one. Then you got to be number two. You got to be his number two instead of a nameless guy, because that would be really funny.
Yeah. Do you want to do that, or does the ensign still speak to you? Mr. Quentin?
Yeah, no, I want to be number 2.
Be okay.
It's still a red shirt, so I mean,
Number
You
1, I order you to take a number 2.
You have to also step over all chairs that you come up to. No sitting over them properly.
You just gotta pull that
Jonathan Frakes.
the Jonathan Franks.
once you see
Yes.
that, you can never unsee it. That's all you see now, pretty much.
I read somewhere, it might have been on like Memory Alpha, that like he had a bad back or something,
Yeah, it
and,
was
then,
because
and
of
that's
his
why he did it.
back.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Good
Yep.
job. Okay, well, you this sort of gentle beeps and faint little sounds of the instrument panels begin to operate. You see these like very sleek, you know, controls before you, and you all find yourselves once again changed. You seem smarter, like more ideal versions of yourself. Sort of aspirational for who you would want to be as a society. You very much understand how to operate the ship, and so effectively, what we'll do is, if the ship needs to do something, we'll have the closest appropriate person, whether it's engineering or medical or whatever. We'll have a check. If there's no like player who's running it, we'll just have the captain just roll a d20 and see what happens. But you sort of find yourself cruising as you are doing your mission to explore space. And in a strange way, you also remember your previous life and your directive to seek out new things to exploit, new profits to be had. So, piggybacking through this sort of utopian society, you know what you're seeking. So, the ensign at the communication helms just says, "Captain, we're receiving a distress signal. It's not coded, but it is using a Federation frequency."
So I'm actually in the middle of the monologue. He says this, so let's go through my
Yes,
monologue.
go ahead, please. It's more of a
Stardate.
Captain, could you? And you're like, hold on.
One moment, Ensign.
One moment, Ensign.
Stardate. I'm not quite sure, but this is the journey of the store ship entrepreneur, and I have just rolled a 16. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, so you can kind of step over. The ensign will show you it is a sort of formulaic distress signal. It would be like a common beacon that maybe like merchant ships or non-federation or non-military would use. But it is I guess who's the closest to science station? I'll have Robbie. You can do this as medical. You happen to be on the bridge, but give me a d20 for sensor readout.
20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo-wee.
You see, it is the distress signal seems to be originating from like an asteroid belt around this little star system. Just a simple, it's kind of Earth-like, similar. A few uninhabitables. But there's this big asteroid belt, and then within the asteroids, you're detecting this frequency. The science station sensors are also showing, though. What is the Star Trek Tritanium? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's high.
Dilithium.
It is the mineralogical survey shows incredible concentration of tritanium, and I think duranium was the other Star Trek
Yeah.
thing.
There's
If I remember right.
dilithium as well. I don't know.
Dilithium too.
Duranium crystals. That's the other one. Yes, I think duranium's like Twilight Imperium, maybe. So yes, you see your mineralogical survey shows rich deposits of mineral and crystal wealth, which to your purchase corp eyes would seem extremely profitable as well.
Excellent.
Thank you for the donation. I had the Zelda theme go off and I was confused,
Oh.
but let's see.
So the ensign will report that information. So that's available to you, Captain Captain Butts.
Captain Butts.
But
The venerated Federation Captain Butts.
We had a thing in the past,
Um,
but now it's just professional.
I like it.
Is this distress signal coming from the location of these rich and valuable ores?
Seems to be, yeah. They seem co-located, so it's certainly possible. And the ensign ore mark, it's possible, Captain, that it's a mining vessel, and that they've simply encountered a problem. But I think we should see if we can be of assistance. It's a Federation signal.
Can
we don't have a navigation officer, do we? We don't have a Mr. Sulu or anything.
No, a
Or a
helmsman.
Chekhov. Yeah, no helmsman.
Can we do a
Just a
sensor
character?
sweep before we go down to do anything?
Are there any lizards that need wrestling?
I picture like Lenya is you're on the holodeck, right? And you're in like the combat training program or something, right? And there's wrestling a lizard at this very moment.
Yeah, we'll have our science officer do a sensor sweep, I guess, as we chart a course into the unknown.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, give a d20 roll.
All right.
12.
Okay, sensors are showing a tight grouping of fairly dense debris. It seems mostly rocky in origin. It seems like asteroid collisions or something of that nature would have generated this field. But there is a vessel within the debris field as well. So it's possible they were damaged. It's possible that they were investigating the same mineral deposits that we detected. But with the 12, there's some technobabble, right? Warp field interference prevents us from detecting further. We can't detect any life signs, and it's disrupting our transporter waveform.
I'm a doctor, not
whatever.
a science officer. Jim. Wait, that's the wrong.
Oh.
Got it.
So it's disrupt.
Jim Butts.
So it's disrupting our teleporters for away.
Yeah, I think we need to send a shuttlecraft.
Okay. So see.
It's possible we could also use the ship itself. I'm not sure what engineering thinks about that, but it's a pretty dense field to send anything in. It's just a question of whether it's more risky for a small craft, or with the ship you have the the full complement of the deflectors. And
yeah, I was gonna say if we reroute all our power from.
I was about to page engineering and ask if engineering could give more power to our deflector shields.
Damn it, Captain! I'm giving her all she's got. And
is there also like an elephant like whine at the end of that, like with its trunk?
Hippos at the replicator. Like, let's be real. Like,
I think we can, reroute power to deflectors and shields, and we could probably take the ship in itself.
All right, let's maneuver. Navigation, helmsman, bring us into the field.
I Captain. And they'll take you in at low impulse, safely, slowly. But the ship, you sort of your sensors and displays indicate like the ship is it's requiring some power draw to keep the shields active. But roll me a d20 Dr. Hippo, if you would, for the engineering check. So
All
make
right.
sure that the shields hold.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. DC 10, simple enough. Your like I said, power draw is a bit high, or it's a dense debris field, but you're able to sort of make your way through. As you come upon the vessel, it appears to be a Federation ship. This is not a it's a Federation signal, but this seems like a Starfleet ship, a Storefleet ship.
Did we scan for life signs already?
Now that you're closer, yeah, I'll have someone can roll me a d20 for your sensors since you're passed through the debris field.
We should have security do it.
All right.
Security do the life sign scan?
I'm a
Okay.
doctor. I feel like I
Too late. I rolled it. I rolled a 4, homies.
Oh no.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no
no.
life. There's no life signs aboard, Captain, that we can detect. But someone had to have sent the signal, right?
Well, exactly. There's got to be something down there.
I can't
is
help
it
but
on?
feel like you're calling me bad at my job here.
No, it's sure it's just quantum state interference. There's some technobabble reason.
I feel like you wouldn't be able to reach, and you just jumped and hit a button. Like, what?
Mr. Javi, assemble a crew immediately and go to docking bay 1. We'll be taking the shuttle over.
Yeah, Lenya, as you're probably shirtless, engaged in a hand-to-hand combat with like a dinosaur or something.
A
lizard
greasy
man.
fight with a lizard.
Yeah, just a super greasy lizard man fight.
Fighting with
They
the
paid
Gorn.
you. Yeah, they'll paid you. And Ensign, we need you on deck 1 or docking bay 1 for an away mission. It's
Okay, I show up exactly as I looked just then. So I'm I'm just as oily and shirtless as I was when I was in the holodeck.
incredible.
It wasn't a simulation of being oily. He actually oiled himself.
Right, yeah. I
Love
feel like we assemble like a crew of like us, but then there's like at least one red shirt guy who has like he's dead, right? Like there's no way he's gonna survive.
Oh yeah, Ensign. Let's see, what's this guy's name? If somebody's got a name,
Corpseman.
shout it out. Ensign Corpseman. Corpseman, you're looking a little pale.
It's pronounced Corpusman.
It's Corpusman. Yeah.
No, it's not, Betty. No, it's
Don't
not.
worry, Corpusman. It seems like this is a routine safety check. No, nothing to worry about. Oh my god, it's incredible. Well done. Okay, so you assembled the away team. Is everyone going to accompany? I realize the protocol may not dictate that, but if the whole party wants to go, you're welcome
yeah.
to.
No, we should go.
We're
Yeah.
not
Oh,
the party
we're
here.
this is definitely original Star Trek.
This
We're
is
all
a TOS
we're-
away team.
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
command crew.
The entire command staff goes.
Okay, excellent. And one ensign corpseman.
Corpusman.
Corpusman. Corpusman takes point into the derelict vessel. So you take the shuttlecraft out into, once you've passed through the debris field, it seems relatively peaceful here. You're able to dock with the ship. You find, though, it seems to have lost power. So the interior is dark. The hallways are littered with random conduits and debris in a way that seems like they had suffered some sort of trouble. And there's a low sort of low budget special effects haze kind of hanging on the ground. See no signs of life. So the ensign corpseman will take point.
What race is he? I'll just put this on the T for
He's
you.
a human. Yeah, he's a human.
Wow, not
Absolutely.
a Kenku. I thought you were gonna.
No, he's not. He's from this universe.
I'm shocked.
He was born here. He's gonna die here. So he takes point, and he's got his little tricorder out. He's sort of scanning, and he just remarks, "Yeah, no, I'm not detecting life signs or really anything here. It's strange. It seems almost abandoned."
uh, uh, Chief Engineer Hippo, or it's Chief Engineer Dr. Hippo. This is a Federation vessel. Do you know what class this is?
Can I like, do we have like a Star Trek accoutrement with us, I guess? Do we have like tricorders and stuff?
Absolutely.
All right.
Your Starfleet
Yeah.
So I like pull out my tricorder
away
and
gear. Yep.
I'm like looking around. I'm like, okay, and it's a let's just say a Star Gemini. There we go. NCC 2203.
Find us the fastest route and the schematics to the alternate power systems. We need to reestablish life support before we can progress further.
Do I need to roll, or can I be just like, yeah, down the hall, take this
You can
Jeffrey's
take-
tube?
No, absolutely. You can take like the nearest terminal and just see if you can establish anything. It should, most of these vessels, unless it's been abandoned for a long, long time, should still have emergency power and emergency functions.
Okay.
So yeah, make me an engineering check. So take a d20 and add, I'll say any relevant looking intelligence skill that you might have proficiency in, if you've got one. I don't know what skills you've got trained.
Let's see. Yeah. I can use like investigation or something like that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems perfect.
So that's a +3 for me.
Okay.
Whoa, no, it rolled over to 7. So 10.
10 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to access the system. Emergency power is still functioning. You can issue the emergency power, like, hey, I can issue limited commands from this terminal, but in doing so, they don't seem to function. So you're not
Okay.
able to immediately initiate power restoration from here. So yeah, you would need to probably get down to engineering, or maybe get to the bridge where there's a more capable sort of suite of command terminals.
Then I turn to the crew, like the rest of the crew, and ask them what should we do, bridge or engineering?
Bridge would be where distress signal would be sent, right?
That's a good
That's
point.
probably where they'd have like the logs.
So bridge it is.
Yeah. Good. Good observation. Is Lenya an ensign in this reality?
I think you're an ensign, yeah.
Okay. Good observation, Ensign Lenya. Let's have you and Korpazman take point as we approach the bridge.
Yes, sir. I guess we'll have to climb. We'll have to climb through the tubes, right? The turbolifts won't have power
Oh,
with
Perfect. I'm already greased
function.
up.
Just slide right through. Yeah, actually, I'll say, if you want to go first, Korpazman will follow you, and then he'll make a dex save to see if he slips on the greasy ladder. Okay, for the moment he's still fine. This is an 18.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you descend, the two of you taking point, and the rest of the crew following when it's safe. But you find yourself from the entry level, like the docking hangar, just a couple decks down to the bridge deck, which sits forward a little bit, on a Gemini star class. Apparently, that makes sense. Sure. So yeah, you come to the bridge door, and you're able to force it open without the aid of power. There's no lights or anything, uh, but the bridge seems heavily damaged. It seems like uh, the sort of thing where the ship might have sustained fire. You haven't been able to get a readout or anything, but the bridge specifically has taken a lot of damage, and you see uniformed bodies on the ground. It looks like in a moment of the ship taking fire that they were thrown violently from their chairs, in which they're not wearing any seatbelts, and somehow being in the bridge of the starship, they managed to sustain terrible injuries in whatever had occurred here. So you see like fire and scoring marks on the walls and places. Uh, it's a grim scene as you open the door. There is a small blinking light, like under emergency power. There's still the distress signal transmitting from the communications terminal. But for the moment, nothing else really catches your eye. You're free to investigate. You can try to get the computers working. Anything at all you want to do, you let me know.
Yeah, let's try to get the computer back online. Get at least basic power going.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
All right.
Anyone else doing anything while that's happening?
You said it was
Roll the-
gruesome?
Oh my gosh. 4.
Yeah. Do you want to look at some of the bodies?
Yeah, I might as well, It's all my
Okay.
years of training as a
I'm
medical
a bad
officer.
engineer.
The last.
Yeah, make a medicine roll. I'd say with advantage because you somewhere in your multiversal brain you're also a doctor.
I mentioned he was dumb. 10.
It's becoming obvious now. Everyone, you're like looking at these bodies and like strange, just kind of manhandling them in strange ways and just like I don't know, it's incomprehensible. And everyone, you all think back to the time not so long ago when Granite used a minigun like a club to beat a guy, and think I don't know about this ship's doctor career that
Yeah, I'm
you've
just
chosen
kind
for
of
yourself.
poking them with my finger and go,
Yep.
I don't know.
They're just like the bodies are just filthy after you've examined them. Uh, what you do discover is that they are not store fleet personnel, but they are purchase corp personnel specifically, in much the same way as the other bodies that you'd found. These people did not come from this plane, this dimension.
Interesting.
But looking through their effects, you don't find anything other than the same devices that you all wear. All of theirs seem inoperable, damaged in some way. What was our check for trying to restore power?
4.
4. Yeah, I think this you're able to access a terminal where you get command function and you get access to engineering systems. The ship is far too damaged. It's you're gonna this ship essentially should have been abandoned, right? These guys. Uh, I'll say even with a 4, like that level of damage to you indicates that along with the damage in here, uh, maybe some sort of ship-to-ship weaponry, and not simply like a collision or a mishap, right? This is devastating damage to the ship.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Is there any way to like find out how recently this went down?
Yeah, you can make another investigation check for like a technical.
Oh. Third time's the charm, right? Right?
Yeah, surely you'll get something.
Okay, 15. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Yeah, so like the ship is probably too damaged. You're able to, as any good engineer is, you can always find a little extra power somewhere. Uh, you're able to get one of the view screens to turn on. You're able to access ship schematics and a technical readout. Uh, and it looks, as you kind of go to investigate and you're looking over the damage, it looks like a barrage of torpedoes
Interesting.
So this ship, yeah, like a warship did this.
Pardon me. Anyone?
Hmm.
Would our weapons officer isn't here? I was gonna say, would our weapons officer happen to know what species, whatever we're looking at? Who did the attacking?
Oh, he's
Jake?
back.
So what do you want me to investigate? Like,
I guess the weaponry that was used against this ship. There was a volley of torpedoes shot.
Yeah, you
so
could make a roll.
yeah, so
See
I'm
if
gonna
you.
make investigation. Yeah, so that's a 14. That's not too bad.
14's good. Yeah, somewhere in the back of your mind, you've seen readouts and you've seen scatter pattern and different things. These weapons look like they originated not from a Starfleet vessel, but certainly a friendly one. At least in this time, the Federation are close allies with the Kenku Empire. And as you think of that, a shimmering sort of avian-looking shape, the lone view screen that you've managed to power up, the forward display clicks on. You see the kind of wavy lines of a cloaking device disengaging, and you see a Kenku bird of prey before you. And the view screen turns on, and the hailing light indicates that a message is coming in.
Captain, I think it was those guys.
Should answer the
Um,
hail.
Yeah, answer the hail, Mr. or Mrs. Granite.
Me? Okay.
You were
Yeah.
playing. Well, you're not really the science officer, but
Yeah, he became dual duties.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll answer. I mean, I guess I'll just drop the body, like just not even change it. Okay.
Yeah. You just kind of cast that aside. You answer the hail. A video appears on the screen. You see a sort of dimly lit bridge, just kind of shadowy figures uh, lurking in the background, and almost on a throne centrally located in the ship. Uh, what a weird design for a spaceship that you have this like, command chair uh, seated in this way, but seated on this throne, you see this a crow figure of, almost part crow, part machine, wearing a damaged mech suit, carrying all sorts of strange weaponry. You see this crow, and this crow hails you in the same sort of crackling, robotic, augmented voice comes through, and it just says, "Surrender to me your tracking devices if you wish to leave this place alive. The rest of your Federation friends were not so lucky."
hmm.
No.
I go, please hold, and I hit a button, like just to.
Yeah, it's like you have, and then you cut off the audio.
Well, we have no power, and we're several decks away from our ship.
Oh, that is a
Group
problem, isn't it?
Group Puddle here.
Can we somehow? No, I failed to check for powers. I was gonna say, can we somehow figure out how to get some weapons working here?
You possibly could. There's still certainly an option. It's something they might detect if they see you rerouting power internally to power up your weapons.
That's
But
true.
you could certainly try, right? So I leave this to you, right? This situation doesn't necessarily have a clean solution, but I'll leave you guys to figure out what exactly you want to try, and then we'll roll the appropriate checks and
Can-
see if it
Maybe
works.
maybe you could like stall and get him to like talk about his plan, and I'll try to get the shields up or something.
That's a good option.
we could do that. We could also try and get power to their transporters and see if we can teleport ourselves to their vessel.
That's a much
Oh,
better
Yeah.
idea.
Within
Yeah.
within the debris field, right? You guys, it seems like transporter function would be working once again. So yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like
might
a
work.
decent idea.
yeah. I mean, shield idea is good. Also, teleporting to their ship is a good idea.
I like that. I like that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The teleporting to their ship.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
so
Hearing
Doc-
the suggestion to sort of stall him that someone had thrown out, Corpusman will say, I'll take the helm here. I'll distract him and try to buy you guys some time. But just, when you get down to the transport and you get it working, don't forget to transport me out. I'm counting on you guys.
I asked Corpusman if he has anybody he loves. Like I just want to know like who are his loved ones. I just want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a Starfleet vessel, right? They let us bring our families. They're on the ship.
Oh my god.
Oh,
do you have a watch or anything you want to give them just in case?
I mean, I guess, but why? We're gonna get out of here, right? It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
get out of here.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it. And he re-engages the comm, and just says, as you guys kind of slip out the back, you hear Corpusman is just questioning the crow guy and what led you to down this path, and then the crow is like, the Federation has done nothing but lie to all of you. You have no idea that they've been infiltrated by, and he kind of trails off as you guys are getting out of earshot.
like generic bad guy talk. We're like,
Yeah,
all right,
generic
buddy,
bad guy talk.
whatever. Like,
Yep, exactly. So you guys can make your way down to transporter. The closest transporter room, I imagine, would be pretty close to the bridge. But it'll require some engineering savvy to get working. So, would any of you be able to assist with this in any way? Let me know. But otherwise, we'll need some engineering or repair checks to get this functioning again.
I assume that those are probably intelligence checks, huh?
Yeah, I like at best, right, or maybe at worst, someone, probably the good Dr. Beverly Granite can confer advantage check.
Yeah. All right.
But if there's anything else, that you guys can do as far as abilities or spells, now would be the time.
I have speak with animal. Does that? No.
No.
No, there's no life forms aboard.
You
How
have
is
no
that
life
gonna help
forms
us?
aboard.
Uh,
I mean, I was an engineer, so I guess I could
yeah.
help.
You have like
Like-
duct tape and stuff.
Yeah, WD-40. That's what
I
it
can't
needs, right?
WD-40. Yeah. The little, I'm imagining like there's a little like one of those little control buttons, like the little protective cover, and it's stuck, and you're just like, hang on, I got loosen that up. I've
I
I've
feel like
helped I've helped as much as I can.
yeah, like loosen a screw and then I tighten. I'm like, well, my contribution here is done.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything super obvious that I could do here.
That's fine. Doesn't necessarily mean that anyone can do anything. So let's Dr. Hippo, if you give me a D20 plus
Okay.
your proficiency plus what was your investigation plus 3, you said?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that'd be what, +5, and then you can do that with advantage because of the help of your friends and crewmates.
Okay, what's that again?
You can do it.
Holy, no, my rolls are
Man, you are rolling low.
I'm real low. I got a 7 and a 5.
Okay. You attempt to transport onto the enemy vessel, and for a moment, it seems like it's going to work. You're able to route power in just the right way. You're able to get transporter lock, and then the ship begins to lose power, and it's going to be unsafe to try to transport. The the level of power that you can sustain for that duration is not going to function. However, you then like powering up the transporter console, you're almost certain that would have been detected, and then all of you begin to feel that shimmery transporter field around you, as though you've been locked on by the other ship, and you find yourself transported uh, into a dark, almost rust-colored metallic holding cell uh, aboard the enemy ship. You find yourselves all materialized in that space, and poetically, this tiny little porthole window out into space, you can see the derelict ship, and you see a barrage of torpedo and phaser fire, and the ship
Oh no.
to disintegrate.
Corpusman, no.
Corpusman.
And
It's a good thing they
No.
got
Ensign-
Corpusman too, right? I
Ensign
look around.
Corpusman, yeah, Corpusman not with you.
The camera pans over to him. He just goes, "No!" and then just like
No!
it's
Yeah.
all fire.
Yeah, so you find yourself aboard this vessel. You see a pretty crude, pretty primitive holding cell. It's not energy field based, but you see two sort of well armed but very small Kenku guards who are sort of keeping an eye on things. So, what would you all like to do? You imagine the mecha crow who has been pursuing you will be here shortly. So you probably have but a moment to get ready for that.
Hmm.
How close are they?
How
Just
crude is this?
how crude. In theater of the mind style, as crude as it needs to be for this situation. No, I think this is a it's a starship, right? So it is of some amount of technical prowess, and it is
Mm,
also
I mean,
Oh,
warfaring
he's
civilization.
got a lightsaber though, right? Like you could like lightsaber through this, like right?
Can I?
You could do anything.
Yeah, okay.
Literally do anything.
Okay, lightsaber. I free us from this holding cell that I say to everybody.
we're also talking about starships that have random panels explode, like when someone looks at them wrong. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, how
Just don't
like
drop
how
that
crude?
lightsaber. Do not drop the lightsaber. It'd be so
It
bad
just
if you
burns
dropped the
through the
lightsaber.
ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say make an attack roll with
Okay.
advantage. It's pretty
They
easy.
teleport us into a holding cell, and he just looks at it.
Just
No delay. Just.
just cutting a hole.
That's a good thing there was advantage there because that was a 1 and a 20.
Oh no! Yeah, that would have been so bad. Be the
That would have been hilarious. He drops it.
drop the
That would have been
lightsaber
really funny.
vertically down and it just disappears. But yeah, it really jumps in your hand when you turn it on and but you catch it. You begin to cut. You see the two guards look, and that sort of molten circle of metal begins to form as you begin cutting your way through. And just as the two guards decide that it's time to open up the cell and dispense some justice, you kick that cylinder of metal out. It clangs down on the floor, and you see those two guards standing there, like looking at you. They they pull out their weapons. They have inexplicable like bladed weapons, weird curves and spikes all over the place.
I smack it out of their hands, so we start wrestling.
Uh,
Yes,
go ahead and
yes.
go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll initiative. And we'll
I set
say
my phaser to kill.
Is it?
that's
Do
fair.
all of us roll initiative, or is it just Quentin?
Yeah,
Quentin's gonna
no,
take on
everyone
these two
would roll
Kenku by
initiative.
himself.
I rolled a 5.
21.
10.
And a 16.
I also have a 16.
Okay, 20. Sorry, that was kind of fast. 20. We had 21 from who?
Granite.
From Grant. Oh wow.
I'm gonna throw the chain gun this time. That'll work.
And then Dr. Hippo was 10, Butts 5, and then 16 from the other two. Was that correct?
Yeah, Javi and Lenya were both 16.
Wonderful. All right. We're gonna roll for the guard. Roll natural 1. They're going last. Okay. Granite, you're up first. You see Lenya cuts a hole, kicks it out. You have this brief moment to react.
I'm gonna club one with the minigun.
No, it's worked in the past. Give me an attack roll.
Yep. Yeah, it's a 7. I'm gonna.
Yeah, the against the Mecha Crow before it seemed to work. It was a surprising move. These guys seem like they're expecting a melee weapon attack. One of the guys has his curved sword thing with weird handles on it. He catches your blow, kind of parries it to the side, and he makes a strange utterance in a language you don't understand that sounds like sounds very guttural and something like that.
I'm gonna blade ward slashing Klingon damage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Kenku damage, legally safe Klingon knockoff.
Okay.
Okay. Noted with the blade ward. All right, it's you can still try to leave the cell. If you try to move past them, they're gonna take opportunity attacks on you. So do you want to in or out?
I'm gonna stay in.
Okay. That's between Javi and Lenya. I assume Javi's got the higher dex.
I do, but I'll let him go first because I want to see the wrestling. I might want to help.
Perfect.
So I'll hold my thing and my action, presumably to like assist whatever Lenya's gonna do.
Do you got
Okay. So
do you have
Lenya,
oil at
you're
hand?
you're up.
I'm
And
gonna,
he's
I'm
got
gonna
those
do one
really
of those.
long arms, being a bugbear. This will be great.
I'm gonna do one of those Jim Kirk karate chops to try and knock the guns out of their hands.
Love it. An unarmed strike. Make me an unarmed strike with your athletics, right, for a grapple. But basically, you're just gonna wrestle their weapons out of their hands.
Oh my God! Can he do it to
Oh
one? And
no!
I'll do the exact same move to the other one,
Yeah.
like in unison.
Right.
The natural 1.
Okay. You get punched in the face instead
Oh,
of
man.
succeed. Yeah.
That's also a Jim Kirk move.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You just get popped in the.
I also did not roll well. I rolled a 12.
If I was
total.
wearing a shirt, it would have been ripped.
Yeah, that's true. What did you say? 12? Yeah, they're ready for you guys. They're like, fighting. One of them has like a big baton style weapon, and he just hits you, Javi, and just kind of pushes you back into the cell.
We're gonna die to Klingon Kenku.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So they're still kind of standing. You could try to use your movement to force your way through if you want to try to get out. Either of you, Lenya or Javi, but up to you whether you want to stay in or out.
You know what? I'm a red shirt. I'll be the first one out.
Okay.
I mean, you're a no
Going
shirt right now. But...
bravely striding into the fray, and knowing that once an enemy has used their opportunity attack, they cannot take another one with their reaction. You take, what's your armor class? That's a 15 for the first strike.
I guess I don't have a shield, do I? So it'd be
Probably not.
I also don't have chainmail, so
Probably not.
we remove those. My AC is 11.
11. Okay, so one hits. The other one is a 3 naturally, so that's not going to hit regardless. But yeah, you get you get punched in the face. You additionally you take a slash from this bladed weapon that the one guy has, dealing an additional 5 points of damage. But you can get out into the room. So now you guys see Lenya kind of forcing out into the room and gets kind of behind them, so that they're now having to like watch from multiple angles. Uh, so that's to Dr. Hippo. What would you like to do?
How close are they again?
Within melee range, like within 5 to 10 feet. So if you
Okay.
can hit them through the opening in the cell that Lenya cut, but you can also kind of squeeze your way out of that hole.
But they
Maybe a
obviously know.
they know what's
Yeah.
happening. They saw you guys
Okay.
cut the
So
hole.
there's no just smacking their two heads together. So I kind of like start doing the math in my head again, and I look down at the toy from before, my circle blade, and I'm just like, yeah, and I toss it in hopes of it just bouncing between their two heads over and over and over again.
I love that. Okay, so make me one attack roll flat, and then make a second attack roll with disadvantage, and they'll see if it bounces and can hit the other guy.
Okay, so
Roll high.
yeah, right. Okay, a 15, and
15 is
then
exactly what you need.
now I need to roll at what disadvantage you said?
Yeah, so and roll so it hits one, you like ignite the disc,
Okay.
chuck it at the one guy, it bounces off his head, and then does it hit the second guy?
The second one was a 7.
Okay, so the other one kind of reacts to that, and it sails over his head, clatters into the wall. But you can roll that damage +4. Roll your d8 +4.
All right. That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah, these guys don't seem nearly in any way as hardy as the Mecha Crow enemy that you fought. They're just like regular kind of goons. Uh, and this guy takes a fiery disc right to the neck, and he's just like, "Oh!" And he's like, lighting on fire. He's already quite hurt. Okay, and then so the guards seem distracted as Lenya moves past. So you think you could probably get out into the room if you want, without them, being
Yeah,
able to hit you.
sure, I'll go for that.
Okay. Captain Butts.
All right. Do I have a clear line of sight on one of these guys?
Absolutely.
Okay,
All
because
your crew has either moved to the side or has gotten out into the room. So you've got line of sight on either of those two guys. One of them is, you see his like feathers and his kind of leather armor that he's got on already like burned and singed from taking that one hit. So the one guy hasn't taken damage. The one guy has been hit quite badly.
Okay, the guy who hasn't taken damage, I'm gonna use my phaser that I set to kill and shoot at him.
Perfect. Yeah, you can use your regular attack roll stats, right, for
Oh my
rolling to hit.
god.
I'm rubbing off on him.
A natural 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
This is going south real fast, boys.
it's
Of
going
course, we're gonna
bad.
die again, or like. You said
Yeah.
to kill. Who are you vaporizing?
So the one guy takes the bouncing disc, hits him, it sails over the other one's head. As he sort of ducks to avoid it, a phaser shot that was like right on the money for his head just sails right over his head into the bulkhead behind him. Yeah. Do you want to leave the cell or stay inside?
I think I'm gonna leave the cell.
Next up will be the guards. So the one guard
Oh god.
is going to attack. I think Dr. Hippo probably because he got thrown a fiery disc. That's a 19 total. I think that'll hit.
Oh yeah.
takes his little baton. He only deals you 3 points of bludgeoning damage, though. He rolls a 1 on the damage die. So he kind of whacks you with that as you're sort of moving out into the room. The other guard is going to go for the captain, I think.
Captain Butts.
Respect the near miss, I think. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And he's got the bladed weapon. He's gonna roll 7 damage. Okay, so yeah,
Ooh.
as you kind of move out, he slashes, part of your shirt rips open. You're looking
All right.
sweaty. You're looking ready for a tussle. That's the guards. Okay, at the top of the round, you hear a thundering, loud clanking footsteps descending from the corridor outside the cell. So you suspect your friend the Mecha Crows is coming for you. So he'll probably arrive shortly, which means I'm gonna roll every round and see if he arrives or see if more reinforcements arrive. But for the moment, nothing happens. You just know that is a possibility. So next up, back at the top of the round, it's our the good Dr. Granite.
All right. I'm gonna try my. I'm gonna shillelagh the gun. That was my mistake. I should have known before.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
19.
19 hits. The cloud of dust and dirt kind of surrounds it. You flick the switch on again, and the drum begins to spin as you hold the barrel and use it like a club.
It's gonna do 7 damage, and then I'm gonna have the dust pull him closer to the wrestling bugbear. Just like
Okay. Are you hitting the
it's
damaged one or the undamaged one?
the damaged one. So
Okay.
the dust like gets in his wounds and
Yeah. He starts like he's feeling itchy or like there's a weird burning feel, just like he's almost trying to shed his armor. Still alive but looking extremely hurt. Okay, that's Granite. Do you want to leave the cell or do you want to stay inside?
I'm happy here. It's my happy
Perfect.
place.
It is a place where you can have cover from ranged attacks, right? It's like a metal wall basically, except for that opening. Okay, it's to Javi next.
So, which one's the most hurt?
Yeah, there's one who's sustained 12 points of damage. There's one that's undamaged.
Do we feel like if I fire a gun in here that it's gonna be okay?
Who knows?
It's a railgun. I'm sure it's fine.
I don't know. Do I have a phaser? Maybe I want to use a phaser because those things are like ship safe, right?
You have a phaser, but yeah, you're not gonna get the crazy bonus damage from the railgun. But
Try
Yeah,
to shoot through both of them with the railgun.
there's gonna be a lot of damage
And
if
the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the phaser to stun and just try that on maybe
Okay.
the one that did 7 points of damage. He sounds heinous.
yeah, the one that is quite hurt.
Yeah,
So sure, yeah.
we'll stun that guy.
Give me your attack roll.
That's a 20, not natural.
Yeah, give me a D8 of non-lethal damage.
That's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, you see that guy
Wow.
kind of his muscles seize, his eyes kind of fix in place, and he kind of topples forward and just lands on the deck, immobilized. So he is unconscious for the purposes of Dungeons and Dragons combat.
Sweet. That's pretty
And
much.
then, yeah, do you want to move anywhere else in the room? Do you want to do basically as you exit, you see like there's a stairway up. There's a long sort of corridor with a stairway, and then there is a it looks like a turbo lift or an elevator or something like that. Door on the other end of the room that could take you deeper into the ship.
But that's also where the footsteps are coming from. Is that right?
The footsteps are coming from the stairs, so like that corridor opposite the elevator.
Is there a place to hide, like by the stairs, like where if someone
You
comes?
know, as with any good fantasy or sci-fi starship, there's some crates, you know, like banded metal and very fairly large looking cargo containers. A few of these like it looks like plastic, but it's actually a futuristic space material. These blue plastic drums that
What
are
are we?
also in the corner.
Are we thinking we're gonna get it? I'm gonna head towards the lift.
Okay. So you can open, you can go, and you can like as you approach, the ship's powered on. It senses that there's a person, so the door.
Yeah, we're gonna try to hijack this ship. That's my thought here, right? Like we're just gonna try
Okay,
to make it
perfect.
to the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, we're here to make profits for purchase core. So if we come back with a starship, good for us.
That's a good point.
Yeah. That seems like a win.
Okay. So one guard immobilized. Lift door open. Do you want to step inside?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll just kind of like make my intent known to everybody else by standing there.
That's perfect. Yeah, and I'll say like if everyone else goes in, like you
Yeah, I
can
go with
you
him.
can just kind of held action follow. So yeah, Lenya, you're up next. There's one guard, still active, still kicking around.
All right, I'm gonna try another Jim Kirk classic. I'm gonna do that thing where he like puts his two like fists together to make a
Yes,
bigger
and does
fist and does the slam down on him. Yeah. I'm gonna do
Okay,
that.
maybe this one will work. Give me that strike.
That's a 16.
That 16 hits. Yeah, you need a 15. Yeah, so you bring the weirdest combat move ever, and you kind of clunk down on his head. Do you want to use a smite or anything like that? Or it's not a weapon
No.
attack. I think it's fine if you want to smite. I think you can use a weapon attack.
I want to save that smite. I've only got one left.
Yeah, give me your
There's a
unarmed.
kinku with its name on it.
Yeah, yeah. Give me your D4 plus strength.
That's 7.
That's really good. It's really good for a D4 roll. Yeah, he looks at about half health already with just that hit. He looks bloodied. So this unnaturally effective strike. Do you want to move? Do you want to go toward
And
the
it makes
lift?
that whoop sound effect.
Yep.
That impact noise that it makes.
He makes an over exaggerated staggering motion as he staggers backwards from the hit. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to move?
I've dazed him, so I'm gonna make a break for the elevator with Shaheen.
Okay, I'll say because he stepped back, you can retreat without taking an opportunity attack. Perfect. Dr. Hippo.
Where is my my weapon that I threw? Is it near me still? Is it in a wall?
You have all your equipment, right? Oh, the disc. Yeah, just on the ground. You can pick it up again.
Okay.
No
I pick it up and then I like look at my new uniform and I put it on my holster and I pick up a phaser. I'm like, I'm gonna shoot him. And I set that thing to overload. Actually, yeah, I set it to overload. And
Okay.
I set it and I toss it at the dude. And I can't think of a good one-liner, but I just say sayonara, fucker. And yeah,
That's a good one line.
it blows up.
Okay, so yeah, just make me a. I'll say it's gonna be a guaranteed hit if you can overload it successfully. So just make me a DC 10 engineering check.
Okay.
So give me a D20 plus 5.
D20 plus 5. Okay. That's a 21.
Delicious. Okay. Roll me, if you would. We'll use the railgun damage. Roll me 2d12 of damage, and you only need 7 total to take this guy down because he's already at half.
1, 2. That's a 7 altogether.
Okay, perfect. So just like the phaser detonation, you see the little bird sort of evaporates in the explosion as the rest of you make a break for the elevator. Does anyone want to stay behind, or are you all going to take the lift down into the
I
ship?
think we're all running for the elevator.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so just you hear that sort of clanking footsteps you see like at the top of the stairs as the door slides shut. You see the mecha crow kind of hustling down the stairs as best he can, but he looks he looks fucked up. Like he's very damaged. You see just like big holes in his armor, like big from this railgun shot, and like dented places where he's been struck multiple times. He doesn't look in great shape. So you all get into the lift, and through the magic of fantasy, you can basically go anywhere in the ship you want. So what are you guys trying to accomplish? What do you want to do?
Hmm.
I
Set
pitched
the ship.
hijacking the helm, right? That was my
Right.
pitch.
So the bridge.
Yeah, we take the bridge.
Take the
Okay.
bridge.
So up to the command deck, you emerge. You see within the shadowy, hazy bridge that you saw on the view screen, a vacant captain's chair, but 4 additional crew members. So we'll continue in the same initiative order. You guys emerge from the lift, though, and they are going to make a roll to see if they're expecting this sort of thing at all, or if you guys are surprising them enough that you get a surprise round. So they are gonna. I'm gonna say the DC is gonna be 12. They need to make a DC 12 perception, and they do not succeed. That is a natural 3.
Uh,
So you emerge from the lift and you see these like little bird crew members kind of all turn their heads as you're all like running out of the elevator. So you'll go ahead and get the surprise round. I'll keep the same guard initiative, but you guys are basically going to get 2 full turns to go crazy on these guys. So top
Yes,
of
back to the
initiative,
basins.
yeah, top of
Killing
initiative.
Kenku.
It's Granite. Yep, back to the basics.
I'm gonna blow dust into the room and do fairy fire on all of them.
Okay, I think you can hit all of them. So what is your what's your spell save?
13.
13. So
Dex.
they all only have a +1. So
Yeah, it's a 20-foot cube, so as many as I
yeah,
can.
that'll hit everyone on the bridge, I think.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's a fail. That's you said 13.
Yeah.
Second one succeeds. Third one fails. Fourth one also fails. So we'll just refer to them in their number, right? Like starting, from the left and going to the right, 1 through 4. Those are your guys. Those are your opponents in the room. 4 guards. The second one seems to sort of dodge out of the way of the smoke cloud, but the rest of them just seem like the particles of this this dust and dirt that you've blown into the room just sort of cling to them and make them extremely obvious as to where they are and what they're doing. So advantage on all the attacks against those 3.
And my job here is done. So I go back to
Excellent work.
sweeping.
Okay, so you stride out, you use that spell. Javi, it's you.
Is there any chance that I can hit more than one of them with the railgun?
Yeah, the
Is
railgun
that a
will
thing?
penetrate. Yeah, it'll penetrate soft targets. Absolutely. So
All
if you
right,
kind of
well,
line up, you could get 2 of them. Like you could get 3 and 4 who are both fairy fired with
I'm
the
totally
same
gonna
shot.
do that. We're doing that.
Okay, mega roll.
All right. You want 2? Do I get advantage? You want 2 rolls or just 1?
You can do the same roll if it hits. If they're lined up, if it hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a natural 20.
Oh god.
Is that? Are we
Okay.
dead? Did I just kill us?
As the
You might be
railgun
in
penetrates the
trouble.
bridge.
I'm gonna make a D100 roll. I say that. Well, let's say there's a 50-50 shot
Oh
that
man.
that damaged something vital in the ship.
Oh, in the ship. Okay. All right. I'm okay with that.
And I'll say like, yeah, if it damages something vital, I'll roll again, and maybe we'll have like a chance of an like explosive decompression or something super bad.
Is this a bad time to say it's force damage?
No shoot fire stick and space canoe cause explosive
Okay.
decompression.
So I'm looking for low. So low is good, high is bad.
For who?
For me, well, good for
I'm
you.
with
Okay, that's an 11 on the D100. So it is. I'll say even if the rail shot penetrates through the hull, uh, the ship's deflector dish, the normal containment field around the ship is able to withstand the hit and not explosively decompress the compartment.
All
So
right.
you're good. You're safe for the moment. However, you're like shuddering, and then you see a flicker of energy. Like there's a hole in the wall, and you can see out into space, and then like a little orange kind of energy colored field appears, like a temporary patch or something has applied itself.
Yeah, like as if to
From the
say, "Don't
containment
do that
field,
again, you
and
dumb
you think,
asshole."
oh gosh, that was super dangerous. However, you roll, so your 2d12 railgun, roll me 4d12 damage.
Oh yeah.
Remember that these guard guys only have 14 health.
I'm also all right. Here we go.
Yeah, 4d12.
They're
Oh,
probably
okay. Yeah. R.I.P. And I yelled, "This is for Kurt Pusman." That's 32 points of damage.
they're super dead. Yep. Yeah.
Clip, clip.
So here's what happens, right? The shot penetrates through flesh and bone and the bulkhead of the ship, and sort of the pressure wave as it moves through the ship, their bodies are pushed backward, and as the compartment begins to decompress, these two dead husks, these two dead bodies, slam into the wall and plug the little hole, and there
Oh
you go.
God. Oh God.
So like in Aliens 4.
Yeah, it's like
when-
aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. So, 2 down, 2 to go. Lenya, what do you got?
You know, lightsaber.
Just don't drop it.
Yeah,
Drop
so there's
it.
one
You're asking me
guard.
to
There's
swing it.
one of the two that remain. One is fairy fired. One is not.
I'm gonna swing at the fairy fired guy.
Okay.
That is unnatural 20.
Yep. You only need a 15. And then give me your normal weapon attack, and then double the weapon die, since it is a laser sword. Excuse me.
Oh shit! I accidentally rolled a d20. That is 14.
Yeah, 14 is what you need. So you describe to me what you do. This guy ends the move dead, but like, what is your
Oh,
what
it's
is
just
your lightsaber move?
just the mall cut, just horizontal right across the waist.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you flip over the top of him and cut him in half at the same time?
Well,
Amazing.
now we're gonna have a Kenku with like robot legs next year. Just
Probably. I mean, it has to. Right?
A bionic Kenku. Yeah.
Robotic spider legs.
yeah.
It seems like we already have a robotic Kenku as the main antagonist, so I think we'll probably pass on doing that again. But you do a little move, do the little flip move, and as he goes to turn, a disconcerting little red mist kind of emerges from the bottom of the frame, and the two chunks of his body kind of tumble onto the floor. Super dead. There you go. Okay. We are over to Dr. Hippo. There's one opponent left. You guys, in a flurry of attacks, have killed all of the guys that Granite Fairy fired. So this guy, you're just rolling flat. But there's only one guy.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Now that I've tossed and left my my fun weapon, my blade, and I threw a phaser that exploded, I'm gonna actually go back to my wizarding roots, and I'm going to cast a poison chromatic orb at this last guy.
Okay.
And of course, I roll a 7.
7 on the die.
2 plus 5.
Oh, a 2. Oh, that's rough. Okay. Yeah, so he's able to dodge. This is not it's not a very big sphere, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing to do there. So he dodges out of the way, and then looking around, I think closest to you. Oh no, sorry. That's Dr. Hippo, but Captain Butts gets to go before the last guard.
Okay, so no one is next to this Kenku, right?
Just the one guy left. All his
Okay.
compatriots are dead.
Then I'm just gonna roll to shoot him with my phaser. And hopefully not roll a 1 again. Okay, I got a dirty 20.
Definitely hits.
All right. And what's the damage on a phaser set to kill?
I think use your normal weapon damage that you would have used otherwise.
Okay.
For like what's your regular weapon? I'd say like a
Uh,
D8 probably.
It is. Let me check. Swap over to that here and get that. Okay. Yeah, it's a D8. So I'll
Perfect.
roll
Yeah.
that. And that is a 4 plus. I technically get a D6 plus 1 for Divine Fury necrotic damage. So it's a 4 plus a 6, so 10.
10 total. Yeah, so he takes the shot in the armor, and you see like he's clearly been burned badly. Still on his feet though. He's gonna charge at you with this sort of avian animalistic fury. He lets out a yell, draws a little knife with little hooked edges on it, and is gonna attack. He rolls a 17.
That's my AC, so he
Okay,
hits.
so he hits. Just a knife though, so that's 5 damage.
Okay.
So he sticks you with this knife. Granite, it's back to you.
I mean, I
I
have to
thought
do
that was
it.
our surprise round, by the way.
Oh no, that's right. Yes. I'll say he does not. You don't take the damage. He's gonna charge at you with his knife. But you can parry the blow. He's like, he's crazed. He's in a blood rage. But
Okay.
he's not thinking clearly. Yeah, definitely he's not gonna do damage to you then. That's right, because you guys get the surprise round and then the actual round. So, Mr. Granite, back at the top. You
I
see
mean, it's
the captain like tussling with this guy, but seems like he's got the upper hand. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna bonk him.
Okay. Yeah. Make the attack roll.
Yeah.
Do it with advantage as the captain is like in melee combat with him, and you can sort of flank him, get right behind him.
21.
Yeah, hits.
Oh yeah, this motherfucker's dead.
We're dead. He's only got 4 hit points left, so
Unless he rolls a
11.
1.
yeah.
11.
Is this with the gun club?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
He has
Yeah,
rock for brain. He's like, yeah.
Well, now he doesn't have a brain. You cave
That
in
guy
his head.
doesn't.
He's done.
And there's no more Kenku.
No, that's the bridge crew is for the moment all dead. We're gonna exit initiative, but you guys know somewhere within this vessel is an enemy who is looking for you. So you have a brief moment here to try to figure out what you want to do.
As the medical officer, I think we should decompress the ship other than the bridge.
I was just about to ask our chief engineer if he can get into their systems and decompress the rest of the ship.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Just vent all these assholes into space.
They'll finally get to fly as Kenku. It's kind of poetic. They
Wow.
slowly drift into
Cold, absolutely stone cold killer.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da,
I'll
da,
fly into a
da.
singularity.
Yeah, would a Klingon, I mean a Kenku ship, would it have the ability to vent its own compartments? Probably. I think so.
We
I think
just
that
open all the doors.
I think
We're
that
gonna
makes
show up
sense.
to Perfect Core very empty-handed, I think, here.
Well, we'll see.
I got this rail gun.
Okay, I'll
I
say
mean,
whoever's going to take charge of the console to vent. I think Javi, I think you roll with advantage because you would understand Kenku and you would understand Kenku systems the best.
Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
there's that, but then I think Dr. Hippo probably has the better modifier. So
What
I
is
think
the modifier?
you're rolling. I think you're just rolling flat with advantage, and I think Dr. Hippo's rolling with a +5.
Okay.
So either way, whatever you guys want to do.
Oh,
I think mathematically it works out to the same, by the way.
my
Sure
rolls
does.
have not been good, so I would trust him more than me right now.
So you just want me to roll and no modifier?
Yeah, so just roll with advantage.
16.
16 is enough to vent the compartments of the ship. You all seal yourselves in. You activate the emergency force fields for the bridge, the command deck, and you see on the view screen, you hear within the ship like rattling noises. You hear the whirring of the rapid decompression of oxygen. And on the view screen, you see little debris and little people floating off into the cosmos. And you wait, and you also notice as you went, you notice a cargo hold's worth of valuables, right? And
Oh,
some of
no!
it from some of it from other dimensions, gold and little stacks of dollar bills from some dimensions. You see like little vials of like a sandy kind of shining dust, just all kinds of random fantasy valuable
Oh no,
things
not the
floating away.
spice.
The spice melange is gone too.
No!
try
We
mage
need that
handing
to
it
bridge the
back.
gap between stars and expand our consciousness.
Yeah. How will you fold space and transport without moving? So you wait for a moment and you don't see the mecha crow. You wait, the decompression has occurred, and then almost forebodingly, you see this figure with little rocket boots and a little space helmet on float up in front of the view screen. This little crow, and then you see he pulls out a huge energy
Oh, dear.
sword and just charges right at the bridge.
Shoot all the weapons.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so you have a moment to react. So he's flying straight
Put
at the
it in
bridge.
reverse.
Weapons officer.
So what do you want to do?
I want to use
Captain,
my last spell
let's let the
slot.
captain
if I
call
can-
it.
I was about to say. All forward weapons fire. Lock on the target.
Yeah. Okay. You make me a d20 roll and just add +4.
Okay.
Please roll a natural 1. That's all we need.
It is a 19.
Okay, that hits.
Good roll.
Yeah, I think with the amount of damage that he's sustained, there's almost no chance that he lives. A shot from like a warship class missile. All the same, go ahead and roll me 6d6
Oh,
damage. And he's very close. I'll give you the
Like a fireball.
yeah. It is. I'll say like fireball damage. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. 1 second here. And so
Fireball.
66.
Yeah, and I'll just say he's only got 14 hit points left.
Oh, yeah.
We hit him with 15 damage.
Boom. Okay. You all see Yeah, the phasers of the ship, these sort of orange energy beams, converge on this charging target. He has a sword that he sort of lights with blue energy, and he looks insane. He looks like this is his last choice, is to charge and try to like break through the hull of the ship. And the energy beams hit him, and he just fizzles off into stardust, gone, absolutely evaporated by the damage. So
We're so good at our jobs.
so good at your jobs.
What are we doing here exactly again?
What are you doing here exactly?
Killing Kenku.
So
We're getting those teleporters back online and getting all the loot that's floating in space back on the ship.
I think now that there's no threat of an enemy, you can easily do that. You can take as much time as you need to recover the vented stuff. Among
get,
it,
get in
yeah,
contact with our ship.
see you.
We have our original starship too, right? Like that's
Yeah.
still
True,
there.
yeah, your
Yeah.
original starship is still there. Some ensign somewhere has been hailing this vessel. Like there's a little blinking light on one of the command consoles. You can reestablish communications.
Okay.
But yeah, eventually you load all of the sort of sundry objects that were vented into space. You can acquire them, transport them back into the ship. You can reestablish the containment fields and the atmosphere. And the ship's empty. You vented the crew and most of the contents. So, with a hold bursting with ill-gotten gains from across the multiverse that this mecha crow, had apparently acquired, what do you want to do?
Do we want to go back to the store ship entrepreneur gentleman, or do we want to take this back to purchase core?
Permission to speak, Captain.
Yes, Mr. Hobby.
Why do we have to go back exactly? We have a ship and lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff, and you know, I think we make a pretty good crew here. Maybe this is just our thing now. maybe we're just those guys now.
But my shift is ending in an hour.
Yeah, we have to get him to his feast.
Yeah. Well, for the fact that we can't discriminate against people for their various religious beliefs, we have to get Mr. Lenya back to the feast of Saint what?
Grublik.
Grublik.
But there's a ship. There's a whole ship. Oh, a whole ass ship. This could be ours. Why? It's just a
Wait.
beef. I'll make you something. I don't know how to make you so. I'll learn. It'll be worth it.
Computer. Reassemble my family.
Replicate me a bugbear family, if you would.
Replicate me a bugbear family.
I got nothing for that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Send him to the holodeck.
Presumably, there's a holodeck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I do. I send him to the holodeck. I recreate a program that's the feast, but it's in the holodeck.
All right. Holiday honored. I can do whatever I want now.
Excellent.
All right.
So
Let's run
With
away
that-
and be space pirates.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
right.
it. So I think, yeah, we'll give you guys each a little epilogue if that is the end of your multiverse journey or not. You each have your little beacon that you can eventually return if you wished. But otherwise, you're now in possession of a Kenku a bird of prey warship.
Pray.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's a wonderful place to conclude the multiverse adventure.
Yeah, that's
So-
great.
We're just out there somewhere breaking stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for playing, guys. That was fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for running that. That was fun.
I will I'll happily do this anytime you guys are down for it. So
I
Love
could
both.
have. I could have I could have jumped for like at least another like 10 hours, like just running through various fandoms. That shit was
I
so
won't.
fun.
I won't lie. I could play through this until the sun rises as well, because this has been incredibly fun.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah,
There were,
I'll
there were
post
so many
my
more fandoms we could have offended over the course of this.
so that's the thing. I'll post my list of like here's all my setting things that I had a little description written up for. But it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, Shawnee, we talked about Dune. So like there was a Dune, you guys are
Yeah.
the Sardaukar kind of scenario.
Yes.
There was a Star Wars where you're the stormtroopers and you're gonna board the rebel ship that's absconding with the stolen plans.
Yes.
There's yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I feel honored that I ended up wearing a Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm so glad
it's
that you
worked
had that
out
on,
kind of
so-
well.
with the proper.
I wore my Crohn's and Colitis's Dungeons and Dragons shirt, so
I got that here
Also-
too.
nice,
also
nice.
perfectly acceptable.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys did awesome. And
That
What-
was
so
so
what,
much
what are
fun.
we gonna name our Kenku bird of prey? Gentlemen, throw some ideas out.
The Nevermore.
That's pretty good.
You know
That is
what?
pretty
I
good.
like that.
ESS Nevermore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bagels, can you give us an official star date here?
Stardate, I have no idea how stardates are even supposed to work. So we're gonna
Neither
look
do
up
I.
Stardate for TNG on Google. 42073.1435.
Okay.
Our official stardate.
I think
Um,
I think this story also had the highest Kenku body count, but most of it was
Did.
off screen. But we did kill a lot
Yeah.
of Kenku.
Yeah.
We killed an entire warship's worth.
What's the because I know like a Federation, like a Galaxy class, is supposed to have like 1,800 crew or something crazy
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What's the crew count of a bird of prey? I
Jesus.
I don't know.
don't think
mean,
it's
I
nearly
think-
that many.
Let's
I mean,
see.
because last year Buster was, last time we played Buster was like one with the universe because all the sugar, and I couldn't save
Yeah.
any Kenku. So this year I figured like you're just not gonna let me, so I'll just vent them all.
Oh yeah, bird of prey is like a crew complement of 6 to 12. So
Yeah.
you guys, you killed most of the crew before you vented them. That's great.
What? That
Yeah,
few?
it's just like
They
seems like
run-
a
really
small
low
warship.
to me. Yeah, I guess it
Well,
is.
it's just,
Yeah, it's just
you only have essential personnel, right? You have like people
Yeah,
living on the.
Yeah, that's true because it is just a warship, so
yeah.
okay, but Captain's log. Stardate 42073.1435. This has been the journey of the crew formerly of the store ship entrepreneur. We have now become the crew of the Nevermore, a former Kenku bird of prey. And this is Captain Butts signing off.
And with that, we can conclude our very, very serious, high drama story that we've told here. So thank you guys so much for
Thank you
playing.
for running
Thank-
this.
Thank you for running.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for running this. This has been hilarious.
it was a great time.
Excellent. Well, yeah, we can plug the in the chat. Like, make sure you plug the donation link one more time. I'm gonna head there right now. Everyone
Thank
else
you,
who's watching, you
Quentin,
should do the
for
same.
I
the
did.
donation. Yeah.
Yep. Everyone over the weekend who has tuned in and watched any of the streams here at Gaming4Guts, thank you so much for your donations, your time, everything, for supporting us in our journey over the last like 9.5 years, and
Yeah.
our first ever charity fundraiser for a Canadian group to honor one half of our original founders, nations, and the Association of the Crohn's and Colitis Canada people, and their support for reaching out to us. We've loved putting this on for you, and thank you, everyone.
And thanks for coming out to hang out with us. Like, they were in the chats like all over the place all weekend.
Oh yeah,
like pretty awesome.
That's cool.
And for people in my chat, once again I just threw in the donation link. You don't have to donate, but a buck or two is always appreciated, because this is going to charity. And thank you all again. And yeah, like I said, Captain's Log signing off.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Thanks,
Laters.
homies.
See
Thanks
you
for
all
having
later.
me.
Oh, dude, this has been great. I would do this again in a heartbeat.